Well,
otherwise,
no,
there's no footage. It'd be well in the shit if there was footage.
No, there's footage of
rumours.
No. There's footage of the rehearsal where they're not distancing.
Oh yeah. That's not the party though.
And then there's some footage of like Michael Gove dancing and stuff. But
no. If there was, they'd be.
There is.
Not at that party. He went to a fucking nightclub dancing. He never went to no fucking Downing Street party.
Well, basically, they've been breaking the rules.
Yeah, allegedly.
Definitely.
Yeah, they definitely have, but there's no proof.
So everybody keeps saying wear masks, and England collectively have just gone fuck you. So, yeah.
You know, that sort of thing, it really isn't great, but I got to be honest, same things happens here in the States. So.
Yeah, I've been wearing my mask today, but, you know, I feel like wearing a mask is the least you can do.
It is the least you can do, it is true. But what you need to do is go and get your booster.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's really not an arduous task. To just, when you leave the house, take a freaking mask.
Yeah, people are funny about it. Who knew? Anyway, we're not here to discuss.
Are you rhyming everything, Duke? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I was waiting to see how long it would take before y'all realize this sacrifice that I make.
Oh, I like it. This is good.
I'm committed to doing it for the whole freaking show, but I don't know how well it's going to go.
Well, today I went to Stratford upon Avon, and I'm going to start doing my paving.
You love going there, don't you?
Yeah.
It's not so hard to come up with a rhyme, but making it say something meaningful is difficult every time.
That's true, because I'm drinking my tea thinking about how I had a lovely wee.
Oh no, I've started something crazy, and now Stu and Chinny are caught up in the...
No, I'm not doing no rhyming.
I can't think of one, damn it!
You can fuck off.
You must be getting lazy.
I am getting. There you see, we're gonna have to throw it back and forth. Is how that's gonna work. Otherwise, I'll end up looking like a jerk.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I like that. That's good.
Enough about me and my impeccable flow. Are we ready to start this motherfucking show?
Yes.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
I'll tell you what really be sounding like a pimp is if I could rhyme in coordination with a sound clip.
You know, it'd be good, Duke.
Oh my god, can you imagine how cool would be that?
So, are you guys gonna ask me about my hat?
Well, it'd be good, Duke, if I said a rhyme, and then you have to guess which sound clip I want you to play.
Derek.
That's the kind of thing you can expect from Eric. I don't know.
Hello and welcome.
I need to be grading papers. I don't have enough to be also giving me the task of rhyming during the show. Sorry, go ahead, Stu. You were saying
623 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't need a P. Just saying.
Hey, look at that. You're rhyming. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I'm Chinny, and I can't wait to let it thrive. Duke? Sound clip? Sound clip?
We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
Excellent.
Oh man, I gotta be grading papers. I don't have time to be racing up and down the song clipboard to figure out what I need to be playing. I should be grading papers, and I am grading papers.
I can't believe that I'm chilly nilly.
We want Chili Willy. We want Chili Willy.
What the fuck is Chili Nilly? That doesn't even mean.
It knows. It works. It works.
Yeah. We're not military veterans, people. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Correct.
What you should have said is, by the way, this week it's someone's birthday. Someone called Millie.
Oh, there you go.
We want Chili Willy.
Is it really her birthday?
Tomorrow.
Yay.
How old is she?
She is no longer a teenager.
21.
She is 20 tomorrow.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to you.
20. Can't believe it. She's so old.
Pretty exciting.
Although, to be fair, she still looks 12. So, you know, there is that.
But so here's the thing. You said that the legal drinking age is 18.
18.
It is.
So
it is indeed.
after that, is there anything to look forward to on your birthdays? Because in
No.
the United States, it's like
No.
21, 21, 20. When 21 hits, you're just like,
No. The answer,
No, to be fair,
after you've hit 18, there's nothing to look forward to ever.
No. And to be fair as well, to be fair,
everyone,
quite a few people celebrate the 21st as well.
It's kind of like a landmark, isn't it? The 21st.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I did on my 21st birthday?
Poop.
Yeah, took a shit, big one.
I think I played pool with my brother. That's all.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
that's quite cool. It's so cool that you played pool.
Oh man, what have I done? I don't know if this is going to be that much fun.
Anyway,
moving on. But trying this actually gives you a realization of just how difficult actual freestyling is. People who can freestyle, rhyming, internally rhyming, and saying something significant, forget about it. Rakim, Black Thought,
sorry,
amazing.
I've just had a realization that I think I'm a tomato. Wait a minute. No, I'm a
potato. Oh yeah. There you go. That's what you are.
Sorry, I just had a bit of self-reflection.
I can see what game Chinny's going to play this episode.
What, a potato?
I just had a bit of.
Look,
anyway,
we're all in favor of having fun.
I just want to say, f this game. I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I went away this week. Yeah.
Wow, I'm in such shock. I'm in such shock.
Yeah, I know, right?
Duke?
It's so rare that you go away.
Duke, I'm rhyming exactly. Wow, I'm in such shock.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Right, you're in such a shock. Yeah, I got you.
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
Brilliant.
There you go. It was.
Go ahead, Stu. Where'd you go?
It was extremely wet, shall we say? On Tuesday, the first day we were away, there was a massive storm. So there was windy. We didn't even go anywhere.
We know the features of a storm.
Yeah, might as well have just stayed at home, is what I'm saying, because it was so wet.
Was there rain?
Couldn't go out and see any of the sights.
Rain? It was just fucking lashing it down.
What kind of a storm has wind and rain? Honestly.
I know, it's just ridiculous.
That's a bad storm.
Although, to be fair,
rain.
A heavy rain.
There's news about those folks today.
Jason.
To be fair though, it was kind of, at least we were somewhere else, looking at a different view.
Yeah.
So there is always
the rain came.
While the rain came down.
Honestly, in England, that's the best you can hope for. Is like watching it rain somewhere else.
Yeah, watching rain in a different location. In a different location. Although it was kind of, at least it was a break. I know that's a British mentality. Oh well, at least it were a break. At least we went somewhere.
And it's so rare that you go away. So
I didn't die, so that's.
I didn't die.
So
that's a bonus.
Thing.
That is a bonus.
Or so you think. This is actually heaven, though.
But
spending eternity with us.
Does heaven have a ghetto, as Tupac once said?
I don't know, but it is a place on earth.
But as Belinda Carlisle said, Belinda Carlisle, Tupac, pretty much even
the same thing.
Totally the same person.
Right.
But we went to what is known as the most beautiful village in the Lake District.
Okay.
And it's a place called Hawk's Head.
Oh yeah.
And apparently it's the prettiest village in the Lake District.
Is it pretty?
Part of me thinks it's also the smallest village in the Lake District. Because we got there, and obviously you know what it's like, Chinny. You go to these tourist spots, and they charge you for parking like fucking ridiculous amount of cash.
Yeah,
right. And it was £3 for 2 hours. £3 for
I
2 hours.
£5.
Sorry, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
yeah, because you could only spend probably 30 minutes tops. That was it. You walk around the whole village in less than 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I saw something.
I'm just saying, in New York City, the parking is like $5 for every 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's the same in London. Like,
Yeah.
If you park, you have to put your penis into a hole and have it cut off.
You do. But here's the other thing, right? They had public toilets, Chinny, and another feature of the British countryside is having to pay to go for a pee. Right? That is kind of a feature.
Yeah.
But these particular had contactless payment, right? I've never seen contactless payment on a toilet before. And it was 50p.
Yeah.
50p for go for a wee.
Well,
I guess you had to
clean that thing,
You got more of your money's worth, I suppose.
Yeah. And they don't want people just wandering in and using the area.
What are you paying your council taxes for? Don't give me all that bullshit. Someone has to fucking.
It's a tourist attraction. They need to make money where they can.
Oh, I swear.
There's that.
But yeah, it was.
Just take a shit.
It's an entrance fee.
Take a shit in the middle of the high street.
It was a bit crap having to pay that much for a crap, if you know what I mean. But we went, yeah, well, I didn't have one, by the way, because I ain't paying. I'd have just done it in the bushes, man. I ain't paying 50p to go for a poo if I needed one.
I know. Yeah.
The spirit of community.
Exactly.
Just shit in the bushes.
Yeah, the shit in the bushes, man. It's
I
biodegradable.
£5 for 4 hours. 4 hours of parking.
Oh, that's pretty good.
In Stratford. Stratford was so busy, right?
Was it?
Shakespeare wasn't in again.
Was he not? How many times have you been now and he isn't there?
Are there Shakespeare impersonators? Do you have people like
all
dressed
the time.
up like him, like taking a picture?
So like, Tara and I go to Stratford upon Avon quite a lot, and we saw Caroline Quentin once because she lives there. Anyway, well, Tara did. I didn't. I just pretend that I did just to tell the story. Anyway,
yeah, you didn't know.
No, but she did. She said, "Oh, there's Caroline," but I missed her. Stratford was hugely busy, mad. Like the Christmas markets are on, all this sort of shit.
Carry on. All this. That's what you gotta do if you're British. All this carry on.
And I suppose we just don't really go for the Shakespeare stuff now. But there's always student actors everywhere. Like I see a lot of student actors because you got the Shakespeare Theatre, like which is obviously hugely popular, and a lot of student actors cut their teeth on Shakespeare, don't they? So that's cool. And then you've got a lot of people just sort of walking around, sort of dressed up. I think it's because it was the Christmas market, but sort of dressed up old timey. But yeah, you know, Duke, if you're ever in England again, I would recommend going to Stratford.
Again,
I probably would like to go. I mean, there's not too many places I'm dying to see, but Stratford-on-Avon's one of the ones I'd like to go.
I think you would enjoy it.
I mean, the Globe was a highlight of the trip.
It's a nice place, Stratford, isn't it, Stu?
It's a lovely place. I've been a couple of times. Yeah, it's really nice.
It's a cool place on the river. You got Shakespeare's house. You've got like other shit.
The Globe Theatre.
No, that's not the Globe Theatre in Stratford.
That's not where the Globe Theatre's in London.
There's another version of it.
We saw Hamlet in the Globe Theatre.
I think is it the New Globe or something? It's called
not
called the Globe. It was the one that we went to was the third recreation of it because it burned down.
It's a big.
I will have a look. I'll have a look.
The theatre is.
By the way, I don't know if people can tell. I'm actually sitting back from the mic a little bit today because I've realized how loud I tend to be. So I'm hoping I'm a little less.
You're always loud.
The American in you.
I'm just saying though, I don't have to be quite so loud. I can move the mic.
Should we talk about
It's called the Swan Theatre, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, maybe that's not it. No, maybe that isn't it.
Well, that was the story time.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
Are we talking about video games now?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
I think we'll get to that topic somehow.
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Don't worry about it, people. I'm ready to ring the bell up. If you need me to do sound clips.
Shut the hell up!
It's just called the Royal Shakespeare Theatre. That's all.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. I knew it was. It's kind of like oldie worldy though, isn't it? It does look cool. Anyway,
it's cool.
Do you have the wheel to spin, or a
we got a wheel
to roll, or a die to roll for?
Who does the bell toll for?
There you go.
I'm spinning it. It's not making noise for some reason.
Oh,
it's landed on Stuart.
Oh,
hey!
Right. Well, I guess I better start.
Go ahead, Stu. Start
I'm going to start with something very new this week.
Ooh, new, fresh.
Very new.
Original. Yeah.
And it's not a game, it's a tech demo. So, released on Series S, X, and PS5 this week is a thing called The Matrix Awakens.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Yeah. I kind of wanted to play it, but I also was like, I heard that it wasn't really much of a game. So I was like,
nah, it's a tech demo.
Yeah, and you have to have a Series S, X, or PS5 to play it.
It's not on PC at all?
I don't think so. Maybe it is. So basically, it's to show off like how much consoles can actually do in this day and age. You know what I mean? With a bit of stuff. So I thought, I'm going to download it. Fucking massive, 29 gigabytes. This thing is huge.
Dude,
so
you know that Call of Duty Warzone is 100 gigabytes.
Yeah, but this is literally a demo. So this isn't a full game.
I know, I'm just saying.
There's not a lot
you just
to
drive around and fly around. That's it.
No, the first thing you do is like an on-rails shootout thing. So it starts off with like a bit of a movie. Keanu's going, oh, back in when we did the Matrix, and then I took the red pill or the blue pill, and he does all this bit of a rambling speech thing. Yeah. And then you're in a car as him and Trinity out of the original Matrix films.
Right.
And it's all in Unreal Engine 5. So this isn't them. This is sort of just it's like a movie, I guess. But I must admit, I was sat there thinking, is this them? Or is this have they just made
one thing that the
younger?
Wachowskis are so good at is adopting other medium, like other platforms, and
they've always wanted to spread the stories across different things. I mean, Enter the Matrix was actually a kind of interesting part of the story, bridging the first Matrix and the second.
What they did with Enter the Matrix and the Matrix 2 and 3 is and the Animatrix is unprecedented, really. It's
that's true.
Nobody has ever done that, and probably will never do it again. It's crazy what they did.
I mean, MCU probably does a good job. I mean, they'd probably come in second place in terms of carrying things over Winter Soldier onto TV and this and that. But, I mean,
with video games as well.
One film series. Video games. I don't think they've ever done anything very well.
Because video games they have such a longer, there's just such a bigger process to make them.
Yeah. And let's be clear, this isn't a video game. So this isn't a video. Demo. It's literally it's not. It's barely a demo. It's a tech. It's basically show what Unreal Engine 5 can do on the new consoles. That's what it's designed for, and that's what it kind of does. But yeah, when it first starts off, you're in this car as obviously Neo and Trinity, and the what they look like in the original Matrix, just chatting away.
I'm just watching this now, and it's Keanu Reeves just walking around.
Oh, that's really him, though, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but it's Keanu Reeves walking around old. Because I'm guessing those recreations of those scenes, of the rooftop, that's in Unreal 5.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know whether that is or it isn't. It may well be.
It would be easier to recreate that. But that's
this young, Keanu there was Unreal Engine, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
When they do the young, and this is obviously Unreal Engine.
So different. Keanu looks kind of the same. Carrie-Anne Moss looks pretty different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all Unreal Engine. So this is look what we can do. But when it gets
look
into
what we can do with
what we can do with this engine, which is pretty impressive. But when it gets into the actual gameplay element, the car chase shit, which is this now, is fucking ridiculous. When you look at the detail and everything, you would be forgiven for thinking it was a real city.
You know what, Stu? I think you're wrong. I think that
you think
the Keanu Reeves here is real, and then
I don't know.
I think this
this bit is real.
No, I think this is fake. So this
get out of town.
So look the way he walks around here.
That can't be fake.
That's not real. That's not a real person. You can tell his animation's not perfect, but that's not a real person.
That can't be true.
That's not real. That's not real.
Well, I'm fooled then in that case, because I was convinced this bit was real, and obviously once you get in the car, it's obviously
I think
fake.
This is real when he's in the mirror. I think that's real, but I think all this is fake.
That's fucking impressive if that's not real.
Yeah, you can sort of tell a little bit, but the fact that we're fooled is pretty good.
Well, I was fooled. And obviously, like I say, once you get in the city, it does look remarkable. I mean, this looks like real roads and real buildings.
Yeah, I mean, if you squint, you wouldn't know this is fake.
No. And then obviously, even the two character models of them two talking is identical to what they look like in the original Matrix movie.
Yeah.
Here's the tech demo talking to Stuart.
Yeah. But... Yep. This is a rub. Once it actually does give you a little bit of gameplay, it's
some Spaceballs.
It's very much remember Firefox in the arcade?
No.
You don't remember Firefox?
I vaguely remember Firefox.
It was basically like a Laserdisc game where they had the movie footage from Firefox, but you were controlling the plane, so it kind of would look like you were in the movie, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of feels a bit like that. So. There's this randomer sat in the back of the car's what are you doing here? And she's like, I don't know. I was just here to find out what the Matrix or something is about. I don't know. She says some bullshit. And then he gets into a car chase, blowing up cars and shit. But it's literally an on-rails laser gun shooter thing. And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
And I was at the time, I was like, it's impressive. And it does look cool. But who wants to play a game where you're just shooting tires out on cars? Do you know what I mean?
Depends on the cars. Depends on the tires.
I guess. But it did look impressive, you know, and it was quite dynamic because depending on
that's what everyone's saying is it's all about how it looks and the most important thing is it's got us talking about the Matrix, which is coming out in 10
definitely
days.
And it's definitely got us talking about Unreal Engine 5 and how cool that fucking thing is.
I'm pretty excited. We've been watching the Matrix movies each weekend, so we'll be ready.
Yeah, we've recently watched them as well, so I'm sort of ready for a Matrix movie.
Yeah.
Is it being released into theaters?
It is.
Yes, it is. And it'll be available at home. We're going to go to the theater. It'll be our first time seeing a movie in the theater since the pandemic started.
We watched Tenet in the theater.
Yeah, and I've been to watch Dune in the theaters.
I want to watch Bond in the theater, but I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. So this bit's kind of cool, and you're not like, is that a real car? No, it's not, but it does look like a real car.
It's pretty pretty.
And it's only
Unreal Engine 5 is great. There's no doubt.
And the only things that really make you realize it isn't is like explosions and stuff like that look very computer generated. Okay. You know what I mean? Very video gamey.
I don't know. Overall, I would notice the difference between a video game explosion and a real explosion, but okay.
Oh no, you can tell. You can tell, like the fireball just doesn't look right. But
says the man who couldn't tell that was a fake Keanu Reeves.
No, I couldn't. But that aside, it looks fucking incredible.
It does.
I mean, it just looks amazing, right? And then so you think, oh, that's it. That's kind of cool. But then it allows you to free roam around the city they've built.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pretty
if
impressive.
You're gonna build a city, why not allow people?
Yeah, you can drive cars. You can like run around. The character models are shit. Like other people within the city just do not look anywhere close to real. But environmentally, lighting, shadows, everything else about this thing is freaking ridiculous.
It's not about developers can't do this. It's just that they don't have the time usually to do this. And when like you've got a tech demo like this where it's like just make a tech demo that just looks cool, but it doesn't really have to have much of a game. They've got the time to do this stuff. So
yeah.
You know, when
this will have taken a long time though, because there's a lot of detail. The places where you see where they haven't spent a lot of time is kind of like inside the buildings through windows is obviously very blurry and not very detailed at all. But the actual road, what I would have liked, and I couldn't figure out if you like when it's showing you the city to begin with, like the demo, it shows you how to do night, what it looks like at night, what it looks like during the day. But once you're actually in the city, I couldn't see anywhere at all where you could like turn it to nighttime, which would have been super cool to wander around there or drive around this place at night.
Yeah.
But I did get very bored very quickly. Although I did think it was cool, but it was almost one of those really weird things of like, wow, this was fucking incredible. And then after about 5 minutes, I was just like, looks okay. Do you know what I mean? Crash damage to cars is pretty impressive though. And when you do crash a car like really fast and something, it just breaks. You know, so it's an undrivable one. So there is some realism in that. Not so realistic if you crashed into a very weedy looking lamppost, for instance, or sign, it would completely trash the car, but the sign would be fine. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that isn't realistic in this demo. But
Darren Sim in the chat says it's a menu you choose. I think he's talking about the day and night stuff.
No, I had a look in the menu, and the only thing you could change was
it in the menu?
It was a fucking sun menu. There was fucking sun, but there was no way to change it tonight that I could see.
He also says, is it New York or just made up?
No, it's just completely made up.
It's a made up city, isn't it? Because they filmed the Matrix in Australia. Yeah. So, like, they never really reference what the city is. So, like, it sort of looks like Chicago-ish.
Yeah. You could change a lot of stuff in the sort of, like, some rotation, crowd traffic. You can see the bit there where you change every setting, but there's nothing for nighttime, which I was pretty disappointed with, really. But it does look cool. You can move where the sun is. You can fucking have crowd. You can have no crowd. You can have like cars, no cars, and all that kind of stuff. Very, very impressive though that this is running on an S. Obviously, I played it on the S, and it still looked pretty amazing even on the S.
Yeah.
So the fact it looks cool on that would suggest that the S can do a lot of stuff that people didn't realize.
A game that does that.
No, they did say though, which was quite interesting when they were talking about this. They did say that all the stuff you see on screen is mainly GPU stuff. So it's using graphics processing unit of all the consoles it's running on. So they said there's a lot of...
It's not a game, Stu.
No, but
it's so boring.
Saying. Listen.
Why should I be excited about video games?
Because he was saying...
the most exciting thing is a fucking tech demo.
Because this... Just let me finish.
I can't play it, so I wouldn't know. See?
Hear me out. So because this is mainly all running in the GPU, this demo all the CPU could do all the other stuff that a normal game would do. So what they're saying is you could have a game like GTA that looked like this, which would be fucking ridiculous.
Where is that game?
Well, it'll take a long time to make.
6 years away.
It's a long time away, but the possibilities are looking good.
I can't get excited about possibilities, Stu. I need the game.
I know, but eventually a game may come. I'm just saying.
There's just nothing.
Just saying, all right.
But anyway, in other news, I have got an Xbox Series X coming, funny enough.
Oh yeah, do you know, I've been looking out as well. Every time I've seen some on sale, I was like, if I see one on sale, I'm going to text and go, Chinny, they've got me.
No. Look, so Chris texted me saying, you owe me £509. I was like, okay. So he saw one, I think it was on Very or something like that.
Yeah, they've had some for sale.
And I've got one. So the only thing with this bundle is I get an extra controller, I think. So I've got 2 controllers. Whatever. No big deal.
Oh, that's not.
It's not a bad thing. So yeah, I have got a Series X come in. But Chris says it's guaranteed to come before Christmas.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I told him that I'm in no rush, but hey,
yeah,
if I get it over the Christmas break, that gives me something to play with, I guess.
Yeah, you can have a play of this, Chinny, and go, look, how cool would GTA in this?
I will definitely not download this.
No, yeah.
I mean, if it was a game, if it was like, hey, there's a few missions, I'd be like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. But it is weird when you look at the map. There are markers on the map, right? So I was like, I wonder what they are, but there's no way of navigating to any of them. So I'm not entirely sure.
Even if like they said it's not much of a game, but here's a few missions and stuff, I'd be like, all right, yeah, that's all right for free. I'd be like, yeah, bit of marketing, it's great, yeah.
It's cool for what it is. It's cool for showing off what Unreal Engine 5 can actually do. On these consoles.
For this has served its purpose though, as Duke says. Like it gets us talking about the Matrix.
Oh, definitely.
I don't think
it's a little bit of fun.
I think
the enjoyment is fleeting.
What are you on your way to a dick meeting?
That's exactly what it was like. Like I say, within sort of 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, I was bored. I was impressed with how it looked and how cool it was, but I was just generally bored with it.
Well, I'm bored with this. So what are we talking about now?
I think we're done with Stu's first game section.
I'm done with this, whatever this is, demo tech thing. Yeah, it's cool though. Right, who's next?
Right.
Get the wheel spinning. Spin that wheel. Come on, don't be a heel. Spin the wheel.
It's Duke. Duke, you're up.
All right. I'm up, baby. So here's the thing. As you know, I've been playing Railway Empire.
Yes, I do know this.
And I was looking at Empire, the Epic Game Store to see what was free this week. And I was looking at my library because I've got a whole bunch of games that over the years I've just like, yeah, free game, take it, free game, take it, free game, take it. I had Railway Empire in my library.
So you already had it for free and then you bought it?
I already had it and then I went and bought it. So you know what? It's a great game. I don't mind giving a little money to the developers. Now, I'm not going to talk much about Railway Empire because I haven't played it too much this week. I just wanted to say that joke. Not joke, but that humorous anecdote, I guess.
Humorous anecdote that you've already owned the game that you bought again. Not unlike Skyrim. Who knew?
Yeah, but that's never been free.
No, but you bought it on several occasions.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's the kind of game that I'm always willing to hooray, rah, rah. Yeah. This week I played a game called Cell to Singularity because I had downloaded it a while ago and it's been sitting on my Zero Plays library shelf on Steam. I just pick one of those games in order to have something fresh to talk about. And this game is fresh in that I've never talked about it. For good reason. No. Here's the thing. Cell to Singularity.
What is it?
It's
what is it?
idle clicker game.
Oh no.
Oh god, well like Cookie Clicker or something.
Right.
Oh,
and that's the thing is that like if you've played one idle clicker game, you've played them all.
I've never played one idle clicker game because you know why?
If you're gonna play one,
the fucking shit. That's why I've never played one.
There's more of a game in those than there is in that fucking tech demo.
I've got fucking better things to do with my time than just click on shit.
Well, here's the thing. That's the thing is that okay.
You're not gonna sell me here, Duke.
I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to tell you what I thought of the game. Okay. First of all, it's free.
Free, free, no charge.
And this game is not small, it's large. There's a lot of get it, I was rhyming. There are a lot of things going on here. It's not Cookie Clicker.
It's Cookie Clicker. Cookie Clicker.
It's the same basic idea. But here's the thing. Look, to be fair, they do something good here in that they're trying to teach you about how evolution happened.
Well, how to click fast.
That the idea is you start off with nothing. You have a home planet, and then you add you start off with like a, I don't know what they call it, the primordial soup, right? Where life came about. And you have single-celled organisms and amoebas, and then you add RNA and DNA, and then you eventually get asexual reproduction.
So what are you clicking? What's the actual point of the clicking then? What are you actually achieving by
clicking?
So
you're getting, every clicker game has a currency, right? In Cookie Clicker, it's number of cookies. In this game, it's, I don't even know what they're called, but like you have these little
amino acids.
It's not, because that's a thing you can add to the primordial soup, but it's some sort of, let's call it like life points or whatever. So you start off, you have to get a bunch of those in order to get your amoebas, and then the amoebas start or the amino acids start generating life points on their own. And then you add RNA to the mix, you add DNA to the mix, and eventually you get up to the first multicellular life forms, which are sponges, according to this game. And I don't know how accurate all this is. My wife has a PhD in biochemistry, and I'm like, how accurate is this? She's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you just click on shit and then it just exists.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, the point is that, it's kind of cool to see the different life forms going. And I got up to, past jellyfish and flatworms. I got to fish.
How long did that take, dare I even ask?
I played this game for probably about an hour.
Jesus Christ.
Which speaks to all the different parts of it, like
no, it speaks to you being fucking weird for playing it.
I played Cookie Clicker now for what, 30 seconds? I'm already bored of it.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't Cookie Clicker, is it?
No, fucking hour.
It's a little different. And again, look, here's the thing. This game, I think, does a very good job of getting you can tell that the next thing you unlock isn't that far away. And once you get it going, you actually don't really benefit much from clicking yourself. It's the other things that are generating the life points for you. So, and then here's the weird thing. They go to
weird than playing a clicker game for an hour.
Well, there's microtransactions, which is bizarre.
Oh my God.
I know. But
can it get any worse?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yes.
The things you get for, $2, 50 of these purple cubes, sometimes they just show up on their own. So there's really not, the only thing that microtransactions would do is like speed it up, which if you're trying to speed this game up, you're just wasting your time. Because,
well, you're not wasting your time by playing it an hour.
Yeah, exactly. But there are lots of special things.
You gotta let him talk about it now.
Sorry,
There's lots of special things to click. So there will be these little, I don't know if there's any in the video at some point, but like these little golden things that show up, and you click them and they reward you with a whole bunch of life points. So sometimes you just jump up to like, especially once you get going to like 10,000, it'll give you like 5 million life points, and you can unlock a bunch of stuff, and that gets it going faster. And it's about making that little bit of progress. So it seems like a long way off for the next thing, but actually it's not that far off. So, then at one point they throw in this dinosaur mini game, and it's this whole different dynamic where you're not clicking each thing a whole lot. You're just unlocking a dinosaur, and then you click it a few times to charge it up or whatever. They're trying to give you variety.
Can I ask a question? Go ahead. Because I've seen there's planets and the sun and all that shit.
Right.
So when you've unlocked dinosaurs, for instance, would you then see them roaming around on the planet that you've got there? Can you actually see what you've created?
Well, you can't see them from space.
At least that's
something. But there are different, like, you can look at the primordial soup, which is always going. You can look at the underwater ocean area, and then you can look at the dinosaur area.
Okay.
So
how far does this goes? Does he get to that?
Well, that's the thing. I got to regular fish. I did the jellyfish. I did sponges, jellyfish, and then flatworms, and then regular fish. And I was like, at the point, regular fish, I was just like, all right, I'm tired of watching this just run. So I kind of quit at that point.
I'm impressed with you going so far, to be honest.
It speaks to the I don't know. It's polished. Like, this is the gold standard of idle clickers. You know what I mean? Like, it's got something in it that's not just cookies. Who cares about I was kind of being reminded of the basics of how life came and evolved. And if I could have fast forwarded to going from ocean.
Well, you can
to
if you'd paid them $30, probably.
Well, I know, but I didn't want to do that. So the point is, like, I think they did a good job including all these different parts of evolution. And of course, it's kind of funny because they didn't include plants. They just skipped right over plants. It was all just animals.
Who cares about plants?
So,
yeah, who gives a shit about plants?
What have they done for me?
Yeah, fuck
exactly.
plants.
It's kind of an interesting.
Who needs oxygen from plants? Fuck them.
Exactly.
No.
So
anyway,
you
know what?
It's a
right?
weird game. It's free.
I am berating you for playing a cookie clicker type game for an hour, but I will say this: there does seem to be slightly more interest in cookie clicker here. So, and
it's a better game than cookie clicker.
I'm never ever going to play either of these games.
I don't.
But hypothetically, if I was going to play one of them, it would be the Primordial Soup game, Duke. Just saying.
Yes, sell to Singularity.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, it's free. I don't know. It's the type of thing where I think you're supposed to have it on in the background. Like, I went and did the dinosaur mini game for a while, and then I came back to the main one, and it was like, here's all the life points you generated while you were gone. So my guess is it's the type of thing you're supposed to, like, dip in, dip out, have going in the background, maybe while you're doing a Zoom call or something.
Darren in the chat says, I play Shop Titans. That is also a cookie clicker.
Oh yeah, Shop Titans. That's a cool game. It's not really a cookie clicker, but it does have
you can't even say it anymore.
It does have things going on in the background. So there are idle clicker elements in Shop Titans, but it's mostly, it's about like organizing your shop and selling things and whatever. But that's the thing, is that, like, especially among free to play games designed for mobile, which both of these are. Well, I don't know about this one, but certainly Shop Titans and Cookie Clicker. The idea they use the timers, and this goes back to like Farmville and that, but like, the timers are a way to keep people coming back, that keep that engagement going. Because, like, okay, they're not going to have those boots ready for sale for another 2 hours, so I'll check back in 2 hours. And the idea is that just keep you coming back, or paying to speed up the process.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Although Chinny does play one of these on a regular basis, don't you, Chinny?
I do.
Not necessarily, Simpsons Tap, which isn't a cookie clicker game, but it has the timers and all that bullshit going on.
Yeah,
it's a Farmville style game.
You love that fucking game. Yeah, I think you need to talk about an actual game that you're playing, Chinny. What are you playing?
Because you finished Andromeda last time, didn't you?
Yeah, you've done that shit.
I didn't finish it last time, no.
Did you not?
Did you finish it this time?
I thought you were close.
No, I was like 2 hours away.
Yeah, you were close.
So you finished it now?
Yeah, I finished it now. This week you finished it.
Sorry,
This is the question we wish to seek.
Let's play. Yeah. Guess the game that Chinny's played and finished this week.
Sorry, I'm just queuing it up on the old.
Queuing it up. Okay. Queuing it up.
Yes,
so,
queuing.
You can...
Get it queued, man.
If we didn't know who was doing that, we might call it Q.
I'm quite annoyed at myself because whilst I was away in the Lake District, I bought myself some Kendall mint cake.
Oh yeah.
And I'd saved it to eat.
Pure sugar.
Oh, I love that shit.
Not for this.
But I've left it in the fucking kitchen. I've bloody left it.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'm gonna have to be healthy now and not eat it.
Can you have someone come bring it to you?
Nah,
so
it.
Yeah, obviously you want to know.
Mink cake.
You want to know the results of Mass Effect Andromeda.
We do.
Well, luckily enough, I'm going to show you my Simpsons Tap Date world instead. So this is exactly this is me right now. This is me right now.
Right now.
I'm streaming this.
Isn't this on your phone?
Yeah, this is on my phone.
Interesting.
I've got all the technology.
You got all them fucking buttons on your stream deck.
So as you can see, it's all covered in cocaine. Or
it doesn't look like it's going well, if I'm being honest.
So look, if you, it doesn't.
No, should there be oil spurting everywhere? That didn't look good.
Well, that's just, I don't know.
That just collateral damage?
That's Mr. Burns' oil thing. So what you might notice about my town...
drilling.
What you might notice about my town is that all the buildings... There's aesthetically, it's not very good. It's just literally just all the buildings...
It's wonky.
Just stuck together, so...
Now, here's the question. Do you have to put the slant drilling operation next to the elementary school?
Yep.
No.
Because that's how it should be.
Isn't it next to Moe's Tavern?
Well, yeah, but it was getting... I guess it's not next to the elementary, but yeah, you're right.
It's next to the adult education annex. Is that not? Does that count?
No, well, I don't know. So I've got...
Because he wasn't stealing from them. He was stealing from the elementary.
I've got so much in my town now. So I've got... This is Krusty Land.
Yeah, you do.
So Krusty Land is here, being built at the moment.
Classic.
And
my God.
See, so let me just explain this game for people that just haven't ever experienced it. Right, it's one of these stupid idle games where you build stuff and then
you build the town of Springfield.
You give all the little characters little jobs to do, and then they get money, and then you spend money on building stuff, and the whole game is designed to release those little endorphins in your brain that make you feel good.
Ding, ding, ding.
But the whole game is designed to slow you down in whatever way they can.
Yep.
And the object of the game is to build the town of Springfield, and as it gets bigger, and it's still coming up with updates. So one of the updates, which was a huge update, right, was see this tunnel here. Can you see this tunnel, Stu?
I can't. Wait a minute. We're waiting until it catches up. Where's the tunnel?
On this.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We see the tunnel.
So it leads. Yeah. What that tunnel does? It leads to Springfield Heights, which is a posh area of Springfield where all the famous people live. And the currency in Springfield Heights is like furniture, yoga mats, Oscars, marketing magazines, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
And then next to Springfield, so this is the new update, which is like brand new, is the Canadian update, right? And there's a bridge that goes across there, and then you basically go into Canada. And there's nothing in Canada.
You Canadians are all the same with your beady little eyes and flapping heads. You Canadians.
So basically, like Springfield Heights, it's all about making it like really high value real estate. So Cookie Kwan is in charge.
So it's a bit like Monopoly. You just build your way up to hotel.
Number 1 on the west side.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If you'll be realtor, you'll be dead or something like that. Isn't that?
So let me ask you a question, Chinny. Right, I'm looking at all this shit, and I'm going to ask a very serious question now.
Yeah, go on.
How many hours do you reckon you've played this thing for?
I don't know.
Guesstimate. Come on, even just a guesstimate.
I have no idea.
Come on, you must have some idea. How ridiculous is it?
It must be over 100 that I've because you dip in, don't you? Like I only play it for like 10 minutes and then.
Right, that's spread out over like what 3 years?
No, I only started this. I think I started this year. This town because I used to play ages and ages ago, and then I got a new iPhone, and the actual game became too big. Like, I was like, oh no, it's just taking up too much space, so I deleted it. But I don't know. I started.
This is literally like cocaine for you, isn't it?
Makes me want to play it again.
Yeah, I know. There's something about it, but I mean, this town is ridiculous. So when I started this town, I was like, I'm gonna make it. I don't care about aesthetics because before I used to make like the town look really nice and stuff. But now it's gonna be a pure money maker. But now I'm getting to the point where I just make so much money that like I was like, it'd be nice to make it more aesthetic. Now I've got so much stuff and money coming in, so I'm working on very, very slowly, as you can see with the dock area here, making it because this was all bunched together, making it actually look nice.
So can you delete buildings then and get rid of them?
You can move anything around really. You can delete it, you can move it, but every building earns you money, so there's no reason not to delete it. But like
you just move it somewhere else.
To expand land, look, you've got to buy it for like on this part of the map. Then to expand land in Canada, you've got to get deeds, but I'm not really quite sure how you get deeds, to be honest. I think.
Well, I'm sure it'll not take you long.
So
don't you have to buy them?
Jesus.
Or do you buy them and then you also need deeds?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you don't have to spend any money to.
Well, no, I don't mean like actual human money. I'm talking about like money in the game.
This is all the people, by the way. They was all doing a job together, so they was all going at the same party. But yeah,
complete. Wow.
Shit, me, that's like 10 Downing Street last Christmas.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Allegedly. Allegedly.
That was everybody coming out at 3 a.m.
Yeah. So I've got, because every character and every building you build is basically income. So I've got so many, like, people in the town. Just loads of little characters all over the place. So you know what?
This is the world for it because it's Simpsons universe.
Yeah, I know, and it's just one of those games where I play this so much, and there's just I never really talk about it on the show, but there's characters in the Simpsons that look Noir Homer. I don't know who Noir Homer is.
I don't either. That's the problem, is that the show should have been canceled 10 years ago, but they just
there's a judge that looks like Judge Judy. I'm guessing she was in an episode at some point. I've got like a unicorn. That's for some reason.
Is the crazy cat lady there somewhere?
Yeah, she is. But like some characters, you have to buy with donuts, and like the donuts are basically what you can pay for.
Gotcha.
But you do earn donuts.
Yeah.
Naturally. So if I look at how many, I've got 171 donuts, so I could actually buy something pretty good with that. But you do sort of get them anyway if you're not looking. So yeah, it's I don't know. I just thought I'd talk about it because it is ridiculous.
Yeah, you are totally addicted to this terrible game.
So that's Simpsons Tapped Out, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a matter of opinion, I guess.
Of course it is.
Tara, how long do you reckon I've played Simpsons Tapped Out for?
What, longer than 10 minutes?
Tara wins the podcast.
Tara wins the podcast.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Nice zinger there, Tara.
Too long is the answer.
She's
to
like,
that question.
"Are you on Simpsons?" Because she can tell when I'm on Simpsons Tapped Out because I'm holding my phone horizontally, and she's like,
right, okay.
Yeah, you're on Simpsons Tapped Out." Yeah, I just got to do some jobs.
I've just got to click on this.
You're a lucky fella because you wake up next to her tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice to talk to you, Tara.
Yeah.
She's gone.
She's already gone.
Yeah.
She's already gone.
Well, I rhymed her
so
name.
That's me.
Wow.
Next up, I suppose. Shall we do the wheel?
Yeah, spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Spin it.
Spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel. Let's keep it real.
Cool. It's landed on
Duke.
Duke.
Know how I feel?
Duke.
Hey. Duke. Well, the only other game I've been playing. Actually, I should say real quick. I've been playing Minecraft. I've found a new server. I don't know if I mentioned this. The Lilac server is a good server. They give you loads of free stuff all the time. It's a townie server, so you set up a town. You have to pay to keep it going. But I've got enough to keep it going for like a year now, so I don't think it's going anywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, but I made my first roller coaster, and I was getting set to make all the rooms of the roller coaster, but I kept digging and I kept finding these canyons, so I would just run it through a canyon and then start moving back toward, head it toward the start point, and then I'd find another canyon. I'd be like, okay, I'll go through this, and then I found another canyon, I'll go through that. So it's all just a canyon run, and then I just put down a whole bunch of netherrack and lit it all on fire, so like the roller coaster is going through all this lava and fire and stuff. Anyway, yeah, the other Rocket League, nothing to say about that, but I have been playing a bunch. So, Antonio, I will holler at you. We will play again soon because he's jumping back in. And then the only other game I've been playing is Borderlands 3.
Oh, you're still on it?
I am still on it. I'm ready to be done with this game, and I thought I was getting there because the big baddie that there's two of them, the social media superstars, you're chasing the whole game.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I kept trying to get, I'm like, okay, eventually I'm going to get to them. And then today I got to them and I'm like, okay, fine. This is it. And they had this whole thing that was like, say goodbye to everybody. This is it. This is the mission. Like, this is, and you got that end of Mass Effect 2 vibe, when you set up that whole thing BioWare was doing for a while. And it's like, after this, there's no turning back, that whole thing. But it wasn't. It was only another step on the journey, and then there's more. I thought we were done, and then it kept going, and I was like, oh God. So at first I thought I was like, okay, I'll just finish this, and then I looked up online, like, how many more missions do I have? And there's like 7 more missions, and I was just like, oh fuck me. So I wasn't able to finish it before the show today, but by next week I probably will be all finished with Borderlands 3. And I also reached a point where I was like, you know what? The whole like doing all the side missions, which I had been doing, I'm like, I'm done. Fuck the side missions. Especially because one of the ones that I did this week was, it was like, I don't remember what it was called. It was some play on America's Next Top Model or whatever, right? And it was this couple, this brother sister, looking for the next person to. I had fought this dude who has this like sound system. He's kind of like a DJ, and like he attacks you with his speakers and all this. I had fought him once upon a time. And then it's like they're looking for his replacement. And then they go through, they do these you hear them doing voice auditions. And then they're like, oh, I'm a super special DJ. I should be the next one. They're like, you're too boring. Goodbye. And then they kill him, I guess. And then they get another one. And they're like, you're too stupid. You're too this. You're too that. And then they get one dude. They're like, what are your qualifications? He's like, I sound just like the last guy. And they're like, you're perfect. So you go back and basically it's the same fight. They just found a way to do the exact same boss fight.
Why do you think they did that? It's just laziness?
I guess so. I don't know. It was just like this. It felt weak. I was like, I've done this before. I know I've done this. So I don't know. For whatever reason, whether it was intentionally because of laziness or not, but I just, Anyway, the coolest part about Borderlands 3 that I played this week was the thing you're looking at now on the screen, which is you go to this place called, what did they call it? I put it in the notes. Carnivora, which is like this huge, I don't know, fun park for killing or something. I don't know. Anyway, you run through it, and then at some point it's like, all right, let's take this show on the road. And the little kind of like mini city where you're at is a huge vehicle, and it starts driving around. And you're like, what the hell? Oh my God. So it becomes this kind of Mad Max thing where you're chasing after it and blowing up gas tanks. And it was kind of nifty. I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. That's changing the nature of it. Yeah, different kind of gameplay at that point. But then, you stop it and you shoot the transmission out and all this stuff in order to make it stop. And there's people driving around shooting at you at the same time. You have to take those out. But eventually you get it to stop, and then you go in it, and it's basically just like another, couple of sections where you're going through a big wide open area, and there's like 10 monsters trying to kill you. Wash, rinse, repeat. But, it's still fun. It's just that I've played it a bunch. I'm ready to be done, and I'm not quite done.
I think that's the trouble with sometimes these really big open world type games is you do, not that I played them very often for that very reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Chinny said about Andromeda, isn't it? He thought he was nearly finished and then found out he had another 2 hours to go still.
Right. And it all depends on like how good the stories are. And in Borderlands 3, they're hit and miss, like every game. Skyrim has some interesting stories and some not so interesting stories. Witcher 3 has some good stories and some stories that are not as much. This game, I would say the stories aren't really where it shines. It's the humor, it's the gunplay. So, I don't know, especially when they're making you think the end of this game is going to be these 2 people that you want to kill in the same way as the first one, like you're going to find the vault, you're going to find the vault, you're going to find the vault, and then you find it's empty, and it's like, fuck. Second game, it's like, okay, here's Handsome Jack. He's the most horrible person ever. And I never even got to the end of Borderlands 2, but I think, isn't it like you actually have pity on him, or he's not really that bad or something? I don't know. But it's like, they're playing with your emotions in the same way that, Far Cry games are like, oh, you thought you were going to get the bad guy, but actually you don't. Or you do, but then it doesn't matter because then the people who take his place are just as bad. I'm really annoyed with that kind of... Now, that said, when you do spoilers for Borderlands 3, I guess people might not want to...
Warning!
When you do finally get to those 2 people, the brother and sister, like, it's very satisfying because the boss fight is tough. And so you do kill the guy and you're like, yeah, take that. And then the game is like, oh, you thought you were done. Okay, here comes the next part. And you're just like,
yeah, here comes another 2 bosses in 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, I guess so. Something like that. We'll see.
Just gotta get on with it, man. Suck it up.
Gotta get on with it. I want to be done. And it's, it's interesting because a lot of games, like I don't know if I've thrown away Andromeda completely. I might go back to it. But, these days I'm much less likely to push through. But it has to be fun to play, which Andromeda kind of sagged. But this game continues to be fun. So,
where would this sit on your sort of list of if you used to rank the Borderlands games?
Yeah, I would say this. The first one it was so new, it was so fresh. That's probably going to remain at the top spot. But I'd say this is better than 2 and the pre-sequel.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would go 1, 3, 2 pre-sequel.
All right,
there you go. Yeah, interesting.
Yep.
Yummy. Right. Shall I just go? I guess.
Just go. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. Well, seeing as we're talking about boring, pointless games, I played one of these this week. Shut up. I played one of these this week, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Play it for an hour? Are you stupid?
I did play for over an hour.
Oh, you stupid!
I am lawn mowing simulator.
Yes.
Seriously?
Seriously, right? I was like, I'll play this.
Really?
Will play this for laughs because, it's going to be terrible.
And then you really enjoyed it.
It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. So,
hey, I played Railway Empire. Who am I to judge? So
you have to set up your lawn mowing business. So that's how the game begins, because you got to set up a business, to do the lawn mowing. So I think I came up with a pretty good name, to be honest. And
Stu's Mowing.
No, Green Fingered Fanatics is the name of my lawn mowing company.
I don't know if you want to have fanatics in your name.
Yeah, no, because I'm fanatical about the lawns, man. We are. Well,
fanatical. one of the most common enemy types in Borderlands 3 are called fanatics.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's because they're fanatical about whatever you believe in. And in my case, it's grass. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to think of what I would call my lawn mowing business.
Fanatical about grass. So,
I'd call it exactly what we call the shed where we keep our lawn.
Now,
Mo's
can I just
Tavern.
stress?
Like
Can I just stress? This is sit-on lawnmower simulator, so there's
course.
no standard lawnmowers. You know, you don't.
They ought to get you to start off with that kind of push
That's
mower,
disappointing.
and then you can buy.
You do get no. Can I just say there is a strimmer, so you do get strimmers to do the edges. So you have to get off
a strimmer.
A strimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know what a strimmer is? Surely, do.
I assume it's an edger.
Yeah, you call it an edger, we call it a strimmer, whatever. But you can upgrade all of these things. So you can upgrade the lawnmower, you can upgrade your strimmers.
You Americans, you're so literal.
Yeah, so literal, man. Edges. So this is the first lawn you do. So I've got to say, a lot of thatch cottages in the UK apparently, because like this first one.
Trimmer. I got you. Okay, it's a
strimmer.
Okay.
Well, you can get ones with metal blades on as well. So,
I'm sorry. In Australia, they call it a whippersnipper.
Yeah,
I like that, whippersnipper.
Australia basically just do what we name things strangely, and then Australia just go, well, what if we call it a fling flang fling?
What do we call it? A whippersnipper.
I'll my bear and watch this.
Can I just say, the dude who is doing this video is a massive sit-on lawnmower fanatic. He's a fanatic.
Apparently.
And his dad used to obviously let him do like the lawns when he was a kid on a sit-on lawnmower. So he knows what he's doing. This guy knows how to mow a lawn. And there's a lot of stuff you've got to keep track of, man. Because you've got to gauge.
Welcome to my world. I do this in real life, man.
You've got to gauge for your speed. You've got to gauge for your like revs. And then you've also got to gauge for how much the blade is struggling with the length of grass. So you can, you know, there's like a little white bar that goes around. When it gets into the red, you're obviously pushing your blades. It's getting clogged up with grass. And then that damages your blades. And then you've got to obviously repair those at the end of the job if you do that. You've also got to not run over any actual plants or flowers. So
whatever, you can't tell me how to do your lawn, lady.
You have to pay.
Your lawn looks better without all those ugly ass flowers.
You got to pay penalties for that. But it's quite cool.
You're paying me extra for fixing up your stupid lawn.
When you do a full size lawn, you've got to like get 99% of the grass cut.
Well, yeah.
It sounds pretty straightforward.
70% of my grass.
But boy, oh boy, oh boy! It's like sometimes you're just missing little tufts here and there, and you've got to. You can click the left joystick, and that highlights the places you've missed.
Who's judging the time? Like the customer?
So, I guess.
I don't have all day. Let's go. Make it faster.
So here's the thing: the first lawn you have, like the target time is 26 minutes.
Jeez.
Is this in real time?
Yeah. So you have
26 minutes for one job. Fuck out of here.
To do it right. But I did it in 27.
Making fun of me for playing evolution clicker game.
How can you make fun of
You're spending 26 minutes to mow one lawn.
No, I actually spent 28. I was 2 minutes over. And I had to pay a penalty for not doing it in the time allotted. And I also paid.
It's an example of how Stu has grit, but on the other hand, you're full of shit.
And I did manage to cut a couple of plants down, so I had to pay penalties for that as well, which is not ideal.
There you go. That's what you get for having plants.
What I did realize is I am in the wrong job.
What do you get
in
paid?
Real life?
Mad bucks.
Because according to the game, if this is a true simulator, for this one lawn, the company got paid 275 quid. And I'm like, that is all the longer.
I don't know if that's true.
For 26 minutes work, right, which works out at over £500 an hour.
Yeah, but isn't that also got to go into fuel costs and
I guess, well, flip me, man. That is a lot of money to mow one lawn.
It might seem like a lot of money, but it
does
probably
seem like
isn't
a lot
that
of
much
money.
When
I don't know. It seems like a lot of money to me.
And I don't know if I trust that. That's how much you would get.
I doubt it. I can't imagine you're going to get paid.
Well, looking at this house that he's mowing, I think they can afford it.
They can probably afford it, but people who are rich are stingy. That is also a thing.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be rich.
Exactly. That being said,
so you're rich then, Stu?
I am totally rich. That being said, I think this could be my new chill out game.
Right.
Because it's just so chill, and they have like birds tweeting in the background and the sounds of the countryside and. Exactly. That's why.
How did they get on social media?
This dude is good at it. Now I'm watching this dude is.
Stop whining about minor aesthetic
Hey,
details.
what could it be? Just cutting grass.
No, because I even got penalised for driving round in a circle because it put pressure on the blades and I damaged them doing it.
Fucking get a life.
It's a simulator, man. It's like,
yeah, if somebody a real simulator, no one would ever do that to you. They'd be like,
right on the his. Right, can you see how straight all these like grass cuttings look? You know how neat it is. Mine was fucking all over the place because I've gone in all different directions. You could see afterwards how shit it looked. This dude, I mean,
well,
this
you shouldn't be going. I mean, as soon as we got our zero turn, I realized I needed to go in loops, which is what this guy.
Well, that's what I did. I did do that.
Just zigzagging up and down all over.
No, I did loops, but just not as well as this dude does. And you can see
they weren't straight loops; they were Mobius strip loops.
You can see this dude has actually mowed lawns in real life on one of these.
Well, he's being very careful with his equipment. Yes.
He is. Well, yes, ultimately, it's kind of cool. It's very detailed. The shadows look great.
It is detailed.
The environments look great. Even like the draw distance and stuff you can see in the distance, like the hills and trees and other houses.
Well, what else?
See, that's why your lines are all screwed up. It's because you're not supposed to be looking at the hills in the distance. You're supposed to be looking at the fucking grass you're mowing.
The herringbone.
Look at the hills.
Is pretty cool.
You didn't have a dog, did you?
No. I'm pretty impressed with this. You know what I mean? You can tell. The developers gone to a lot of time and effort to make this.
I really like mowing lawns.
It does.
I
can't wait to get onto my second lawn. And I did all right. I was penalised by about, I don't know, it was about £15 I got knocked off for various things.
Hey, Prison Architect is free on the Epic Game Store.
Never mind that, man. You need to play fucking lawn mowing simulator. That's what
I'm not gonna get it, but I could.
Yeah, but you need to play this. Screw that. Play this.
You'll never play this again.
3 days.
I will. I'm telling you now. I quite enjoyed it.
That's Chinny.
You don't know that. Well, you can make all the assumptions you like. Doesn't mean they're right.
They could be wrong.
Yeah, they could be wrong.
You'll never play this.
I quite enjoyed this. I've got to say though, I'm quite impressed with this dude. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, it's cool. Give it a go. You won't be disappointed. It's free. It's on the Game Pass thing. I don't know. Play it. It's fun. Chill. There you go. I don't know what else to say. That's it. I'm done. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thumbs up on Lawnmower Simulator.
Oh, it is. I thought I was going to take the piss out of it, and I actually quite liked it.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, it sounds like you enjoy being on the
I just wanted to see
that goes.
I wanted to see if he got 100%.
No,
I wanted to see if he got 100. I care. I want to see if he did it. If he got a full 100%.
He did. Congratulations, he did.
Did he? Fucking hell. What a fucking nerd. Yeah. Anyway, Ginny, what else have you played?
I have finally finished Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo! Yay! Good going, Chinny.
Well done, Chinny.
And it was so awesome that he had to talk about it after Tapped Out.
I hadn't planned on talking about Tapped Out, to be fair, so... Yeah. It took me 63 hours.
That's good.
60.
It's a lot of fucking hours, though.
But you did everything. I mean, you did most everything.
So,
right?
yeah, I did all the
What percent of the game would you say you finished?
I think I probably did about 85% of the game. Like, there are other tasks that I didn't do, but none of those look, I did all the loyalty quests.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of tasks, all the side missions, obviously all the main missions. So yeah, I played quite a bit of this game. Yeah, it's okay. It's a good game. Yeah. I think that's what I'm just sort of I haven't really thought about.
Not amazing, not game of the year.
Not game of the year. Not the best.
Was the ending good?
Not the best.
Ending good?
Is the ending good?
Yeah, was it satisfying?
The ending's all right. Like the last mission is pretty good. I suppose I'll spoil it because no one cares, and trust me.
Well, I don't care.
If you're sitting there going,
just in case anybody does.
If you're warning. If you're sitting there going, do I want the game Mass Effect Andromeda? I might play it one day. Trust me, you ain't missing much. Like,
you're not gonna play it for the story.
There's a big bad man, and you kill the big bad man. Is pretty much the story. Right?
Slow down.
So it's the Archon. That's the name of the bad man. He's the Archon, and he sort of like he fights you in this kind of weird way. He has like he's attached to this machine, and he becomes this sort of like machine, and you have to shut him down. You have to basically like fight a load of enemies and go there are 3 different things and power him down. That's how you kill the last boss. So the actual last boss isn't very good, I would say. But, you know, the mission running up to it and all the people that you help, all the loyalty missions that you do, everybody comes to save the day.
Right.
So, like, this would have been a bigger battle if you'd have saved these people. If you so, you know, like, you would have had a massive fight here. But hang on, this person that you helped 20 hours ago has come in and gone, don't worry, I've got that for you. Or you go into a big fight and then 3 people that you helped go, don't worry, I was going to say Shepherd them, but it's Ryder. Don't worry, Ryder, we're here. And it gets to a point where, because I've played this game for so long that I don't remember these people. So it's like, hey, Ryder.
You met him a long time ago.
You borrowed me that paperclip 40 hours ago. Don't worry, I'm here.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I got you, fam.
I don't. Hey, Ryder.
You don't know how much that paperclip helped him, though.
Remember when you held that door for me outside that donut shop? Well, I'm here.
My grandmother was about to be crushed by that door. You didn't know, but it really meant a lot.
Hey, and it's all a bit like, son of a bitch. Do you know what I mean? It's all a bit like, what a guy. It's sort of cheesy, but it's fun and it works. And the end level, right? So I'm going to try and explain some of the story. Duke and Stu, please try and follow along here, right?
Okay, I'm ready.
Follow along.
I'm ready.
100% of my attention. Go ahead.
So the gist of the story is you're trying to activate
the bad man. You kill the bad man. You told us.
But you're trying to activate these planets. There's these planets, and every planet has these 3 towers on there. And then you activate these 3 towers, and then lo and behold, there's this like tower in space, and this tower in space powers the fuck out of all these towers on these planets, right?
Right.
So if you turn
So
that
you've got
on,
to power. Just check. Can I just check? You've got to power the towers.
power the towers, right? So there's towers on the planets which do help the planets, but if you power the tower in space, that's gonna solve everything, right?
Now this is something for all of humanity.
Yes, well, not just
because
humanity.
no one meant to have all that power.
The thing is, the tower in space can save all the planets, but it could also be used as a weapon.
Wow.
Oh,
so,
my God.
So if you power the tower in space for the rest of humanity, it could be ace, but possibly not.
Correct. And it's not just humanity.
Their future could be sour.
This is all the species that you've sent over from the Milky Way and the new lot in Andromeda, right? So anyway,
there's a lot riding on this.
So you go to this tower, and it's like, oh, let's say the battery for this tower. They didn't call it this, but like the thing that powers the tower isn't here. And you're like, oh fuck.
Okay.
So then you do some stuff. And
that's a bit of an oversight, surely.
You find out where it is. So these ancient aliens like got rid of it years ago because they was worried that like the bad people are going to get hold of it. So they sent it into a random direction. Anyway, you do things and then you find it, right? And it looks like a fucking massive ball, right? Just a big ball.
But it's a battery. It's like a battery.
It's kind of like a battery, right?
Right.
It's like you need this big ball and you need to activate this big ball, whatever. So then you go balls. So the Archon goes. Basically, the only reason no one's done this before is because you have an AI in your brain.
Oh yeah, the one left you by your dad.
The AI in your brain can basically just like hack anything. It's amazing, right? Dude. And everybody's like jealous that you've got this AI in your brain.
The well gel.
Right. And the Archon, the bad guy's like, oh, I wish I had that. Can you give it me? And you're like, nah. And you're like, bloody hell. Right. And anyway.
Why don't you fuck right off? It's my dad's AI.
So what he does is he kidnaps your twin sister or your twin brother if you're playing as a female and goes, well, I've got it now through your fucking sister, so you're fucked. Right. And he uses you to find out where that ping pong ball is, you know, the power thing, right?
Yeah.
And you turn up to the ball, and he's like, "I'm already here, bitch, and I've got your sister, so you're fucked, right?" So then he's planning to go in before you. You go in, and this is one of the coolest things about the game is when he goes into the ball, right? There's a fucking planet on the inside of the ball, like,
what?
Basically,
the fuck?
Like Halo. Like Halo, if you've got the ring, like it's like in Halo, like the surface is in the inner part of the ring, right? It's like that,
like
but
Elysium
a ball,
as well.
right?
Okay.
So like you go through the ball, and then the gravity gets inverted, so you stall, and then you have to land in this ball, and this ball is like an inner planet.
He's not trying to rhyme here, people.
I know, it's just happening. It's just happening, man, naturally.
So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool because I was like, I did not expect that to be that. Anyway, where's the sun coming from? Anyway, we don't ask questions in this game, right? So
it's in the ball.
It's in the ball, right? And then you go, you're in this planet, and you're like, right, you've got to turn it on. Then it turns into a very sort of like, go here, everybody's saving the day. So I thought that the end level was cool, right? I thought that was cool. The fact that everybody that you've helped along the way helps you, that's cool. You do all the Mass Effect things, so you build up a relationship, you have funky sex time with the character. It's fine. The game's fine. Where it really falls apart though is these facial animations. This is the worst thing about the game, is that everybody's face looks awful, and no one can like have an emotion. It just
I think the problem is that's they can tweak it, but they can never really fix that with patches afterwards.
It's all
they can make it better, but they're never gonna fix it because that's hardwired into the game.
They don't look like when a character has to look shocked or angry, or they just look ridiculous every time. Yeah. And I've been playing a bit more Mafia.
The new Mafia game.
And like going from this Mass Effect Andromeda to Mafia, all right, is like, oh my god, characters that actually look like they're normal is just
and that game is a remake of a really old game.
I mean, I know it's a remake of an old game, but it's basically
it does look cool.
It's basically a new game, pretty much.
Yeah, it is.
Right,
it is cool.
But when you look at how well animated those characters are and how good the facial reactions are, you're like, oh, they can do it. It's just that Mass Effect is it makes you realize how drastically bad the facial animations are for Mass Effect Andromeda. That's the thing that lets it down the most, right? Yeah. It is rushed. There's a lot of take it with a pinch of salt. There's some pacing problems where, it's just too big. It's just too long of a game. But really, they've done a good job. But I think just the fact that they look like fucking idiots, right, is the worst part of the game.
Well, yeah. I think that's what most people.
So here's a question, Chinny. Right? Yeah. You played it. You finished it. You kind of liked it.
I kind of liked it.
You can. So if you were advising someone to pick this up to play now, what would be a reasonable price, would you say, for the game? So if you had to pick a price, if you'd say if it was this much, buy it, how much would that be? What do you think it's worth?
Bit like a tenner.
Tenner's pretty good.
Tenner,
I think that's pretty good.
I mean, for tenner, 60 hours of game, it's not perfect. But if you really, really liked Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, you've got to lower your expectations a little bit for Andromeda, right? You can't expect it to be the same thing. But it does new things that those Mass Effect games didn't do, and it is sort of still in the same vein. The other thing that bothers me is this sort of, and we've talked about it, Duke, this kind of this cover system where you don't lock in and lock out. You just sort of organically sort of covers.
The game
itself.
Tries to guess where you're trying
and
to hide.
It's just garbage. Like I wish it would just go away.
It is
garbage. Again, when I'm playing Mafia, a game where you do press A to sort of go into a cover system, it's just oh my god, it just works so
much easier. So much easier.
Yeah. And when you get your head, I mean, it takes a long time to get your head around stuff as well. Like once I got my head around. The weapons and da. But I mean, I'm watching this gameplay footage of this guy playing this, and he's doing things and got powers that I've never even looked at, So there's loads of stuff in the game. There's weapon systems, there's research, there's mods for your guns, mods for your armor, mods for your car, like skins. There's loads of stuff. So you.
But you probably, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't have the sense that like you were missing out on things, right?
No,
You
not
didn't
really.
think the game was
Not
a lot
really.
harder because you didn't do all that.
There's one mod that he had on his car that I wish I had, where you when you get out your car, you get a shield around your car, which would be useful because sometimes you drive up to a battle and you need a bit of cover. So that's quite cool. Yeah, I remember this mission. You sort of doing this like weird loyalty thing for this character, and she's like, "Oh, I just want to plant a garden," and it's all weird.
I couldn't do it without you though.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. Did they really just orchestrate
romance.
sexy time by a tripping
There
on
we
a
go.
rock?
Yeah, it's all a bit.
Wow.
You've got to take it with a pinch of salt. But Mass Effect Andromeda
be a big lump of cheese.
Is
oh my God.
It's hard work to. It makes it very difficult to like, but once you sort of crack through it a little bit, I started to like it. I think it's a good effort. Unfortunately, we'll never see a sequel to this because it could do. I mean, there was like teased a sequel, of course, but I think the next Mass Effect game is back in the Milky Way, so I don't think we'll ever see a sequel to this game. Because it was very, very controversial when it came out. Like, people thought it was garbage, but I think it was a bit harsh. So I enjoyed it. 63 hours. I mean, you can do it quicker than that if you like. Have a go.
And it's worth a tenner.
It's worth a tenner. Well, if you've got Game Pass with the EA.
Is it on there? Is it?
It's on there, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There's like
free.
If you do
Even
Game
better.
Pass, I think if you do Game Pass Ultimate, that's the one where you get the EA games as well.
Yeah.
And,
so it's even better.
So, you know, if you've got that, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth, like, if you're paying for Game Pass, it's 60 hours of a game. That's decent. So, yeah, all right.
There you go.
That's that.
That's that. So I guess it's back to me because Duke's done.
I'm done, baby.
Done. So I've made a pledge this year, right? Because I got fucking berated by Chinny for not finishing games.
Of the year.
I know. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm doing all right. So I've already finished 2 games. I finished Resident Evil 4 VR. I finished Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
So I'm making my way through these games I've started and not finished, right?
Yeah.
And the next on the list was Forgotten City.
Yeah.
Right. Because I said, I'm going to try
and figure out why everyone's turning to gold.
Who's committing the ultimate sin? That's what you got to figure out in this game. Who is that person?
Who is it?
Now there's been a few time loop games this year, as we know, right? Because there was 12 minutes, which had its problems, and quite a few of them, unfortunately. There's been Deathloop, which I haven't played, but I've heard good things about, and then obviously Forgotten City.
Yeah, good things about that. Yeah.
Good things about Deathloop. Forgotten City, which is another time loop game, more in the vein of 12 minutes to an extent, because obviously this is about solving a mystery by keep replaying the time loops. Yeah. And the time loop always occurs at the same time, so there's something that happens that always instigates it. Okay.
Yeah.
But what this game does that 12 minutes didn't do was fucking stop all the busy work. So what this game does
like
really,
you've got to
really
get
well,
a fucking mug of water or whatever.
Yeah, it stops you having to do all the tedious stuff that you've already done. Okay. And let's be fair, most of the stuff in the Forgotten City isn't that tedious either, so it's kind of fun to do. But once you've completed something, when you start your next loop, there's a guy called, I think it's Galerius or Galerius or something like that. I don't know, he's Roman. He will always greet you when you come back out of the portal.
I think his name is Biggest Dickus.
Biggest Dickus, it is. Yeah. And he has a thingy called, I don't know, a wife called, I can't remember now, something Buttocks, isn't it?
Yeah. Dang it, I can't remember.
I can't remember. Anyway.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Biggest Dickus.
I'll do the important research on the fly.
So anyway, the Galerius
Incontinentia.
Incontinentia buttocks. There you go. Galerius is always there to greet you when you come out of the portal, right? But when you come out after you've completed a major task in the game, you tell him to go and do it.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
But
good. What he does is that when you've completed like 4 tasks, you just tell him to go and do all of them for you.
Yeah,
that's so like, oh, you need to go and do
smart
this.
Way to dip around it.
Yeah, you need to go and talk to this person and tell them to do this, and you need to go and give this medicine to this person, and you need to go and tell this person he isn't who he says he is, and all this kind of shit, right? And it just goes and does all that stuff for you, which is cool. Yeah. I really, really like it. I'm so impressed, and I am totally in.
You're in.
You know when you get to a point in the game where you're in.
You're in.
You know what I mean? Where you might mess around, you might dip in out a little bit. I had some fucking major problems with Steam Link, which drove me bonkers, right? Because I was trying to obviously play this on Steam because it's cold in the conservatory and I just want to play it remotely, which is great. And the first few times I played it, it seemed fine, right? I had no issues. For some reason, right, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me what, I would start playing it, and within, say, 15, 20 minutes of starting, it would start coming up with this, you get this, like, what looks like a red Wi-Fi thing coming up, and it was stuttering like crazy. Right, and obviously stopping, and then you turn, and then you just freeze, and then quite on a couple of occasions it just completely froze altogether. So when I went in the conservatory, it was still running fine on the PC, but just not streaming anymore, which was weird. Driving me balmy. I tried all sorts of stuff, and I turned this setting on and this setting off, and it was fine. Resident Evil Village, I played the whole of that on Steam Link without an issue.
It was driving you Billy bollocks.
It fucking was, and like I cannot understand. And I spent the best part of an hour, so I wasted an hour of possible gameplay time trying to figure out why I couldn't play the game, which was pissing me off, right? So I did all of this, changed all the settings, did all sorts of shit with the Steam Link, all sorts of stuff on my PC, messed around with my Wi-Fi, changed cables, I did all sorts of stuff, right? Trying to figure out what the problem was. And do you know what the problem was? Do you know
very simple
what the problem was?
Something very simple.
That you would kick yourself for not guessing.
Oh, I was absolutely incensed when I figured out what was causing the issue.
Tell us.
So what the problem was, apparently, is because I had it set on Epic for the game settings. Because obviously my PC and GPU can run that fine. Wow. But what you forget is your GPU's also doing the hardware encoding for the Steam Link. Right. So the problem was, because it was running the game at Epic settings, which is fine just on the PC. You had to have it set
to the highest for your
I know.
Aesthetic details.
It was causing streaming issues because obviously it couldn't stream it well enough on that setting whilst it was also running the game on that setting. So what I did was I turned it down to medium, which looked very little. I didn't even look any different, to be fair. And it ran absolutely fine with no. So since that point,
you're playing Forgotten City in VR?
No, on the Steam Link. So I have a Steam Link in the living room, so I can play it on my telly.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, this isn't VR, but this would be cool in VR, to be fair, because it is obviously first person. So I'm playing it in the living room, and I have got in there now, and I am well into the game. I have solved a lot of the stuff. But
How many hours are you in?
Probably about 10.
10?
Yeah, probably about 10 hours. But like 9-10 hours. But what this game does really well, a lot like Skyrim, to be fair, it throws fucking quest after quest after quest at you.
I thought you just had one thing to do is figure out.
No, yeah, but you've got leads, so it's a little bit like Sherlock Holmes, set in Roman times.
Skyrim.
is the
Roman,
best way.
Skyrim with
well,
Sherlock
no,
Holmes.
yes, actually, do you know what?
You just said it was like Skyrim. Make up your mind.
It's quite interesting. I had a look at the original mod for this. The original Skyrim mod. That looked terrible. They have done a lot of work on this before they released it as a full game. Because if you see the original Skyrim mod, it looks not horrendous, but it doesn't look anywhere near as nice as this does.
Well,
and they changed a lot of the characters. There's a lot more in depth. There's a lot more different characters in this than was in the original mod. They have done a lot, and it's massive, right? The first time I went into the map when I first started playing this, I didn't think the map was that big. I was like, it's not that big. And then, but there's like loads of stuff underground. There's loads of stuff high up that you don't realize when you first start playing. And as you explore the city more, you just find all this other stuff. Yeah. And like a bit Metroidvania as well, because you get a bow, and this is, I guess, not really a story spoiler, but you do acquire a bow that allows you to turn stuff into gold. So
this is halfway up Polygon's top games of the year, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, this has been a lot of people's potential game of the year. But you can get to other places then by using the bow, so that's kind of cool. You. Most of the things within the game have 2 or 3 solutions, which is kind of cool. So there's kind of an obvious one, then there's usually not so obvious way of doing it, which I really like. So you can get to the same outcome by doing different things, which always panders to gamers, doesn't it? Because we always want to try different things to do the same thing. So that's cool. If you've got Game Pass, I recommend everybody should play this. Now, Chinny, for you, everyone apart from you, Chinny.
Why not me?
Because there's a lot of talking. I mean, there's a lot of story in this, and there's a lot of you've got to talk to a lot of characters to find stuff out.
Yeah,
it's all voice acted, so you're not reading, you're not reading per se, but you've got to do all your investigating. You've got to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So a lot of the game revolves around you talking to the locals, really. But as you get, that does lessen the further into the game you get.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the initial stuff is finding stuff out and getting leads onto, and you've got to figure out who's going to commit the sin.
Right.
So that's the whole point of the game, is who commits the ultimate sin.
Who's doing it?
Now, I thought I had it figured out. But then when I got to like where I thought it was going to happen, the person I thought was going to do it didn't do it.
Oh, jeez.
So it happened
It was
elsewhere.
not Professor Plum in the conservatory with the
So it didn't happen there. So I was like, bugger. I thought I had it all figured out, but I didn't.
Bugger me tits.
So it wasn't that, but I'm getting there. I can feel it. I'm getting there. I've only got a couple of main like story quest stuff.
What would you do if it was something silly, like just somebody shitting in a...
I don't think it is, because I doubt it would get all these Game of the Year nominations if it was something as silly as that.
Somebody just shattered a sink and was like,
So I do think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing leads to another.
Supposed to keep this Sabbath day holy, and they go, "Oh man, I can't believe it's already Monday." Well, you what? Ah, we're all.
But here's the other thing. It is kind of like a rabbit hole. So when you figure one thing out, that leads on to another thing, and sometimes you can only do the other thing when the time loop resets itself. So you figure something out, you think, oh, well, it's too late to do that because that moment has passed. But obviously on the next playthrough, that's the first thing I'm going to go and do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that links together, but also it does it in a really straightforward way. So you never, unlike 12 minutes, you're never trying to have to remember loads of things you've got to do in a certain order, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So there's none of that like complicated bullshit. It's kind of just, I've done this bit now. I don't have to do that again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally recommend it. Really enjoying it. Is it going to be my game of the year? Who knows? Who knows? There's a lot vying for that spot now. You know what I mean?
It's a coveted spot.
It's a coveted spot. There's a few things in the running.
It's too exciting. Can't you just tell me now, Stu?
Can't call it. Can't call it, man.
I can't sleep.
Cannot
palpable.
Call it. Cannot call it.
Can't sleep,
I've got to finish this. So I need to finish this, and then, I know this is a big ask, I'm going to try and finish Psychonauts 2 after I finish this.
Like an actual game.
This is an actual game. Don't be fucking so cheeky.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Whatever.
This is fucking more of a game than fucking Simpsons tapped out the bloody cookie clicker shit. Same. Chinny, what else have you got? We're talking about Mafia, so what do you think?
Yeah. I've been playing Mafia. I've done a few more missions on it. It's nice to actually play a game where it's fun. No, Mass Effect was fun. I've been doing a mission. Driving fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Fucking hell.
Well, you don't have to do a ton of that, apart from the race.
That's what I've been doing, though.
Oh, I quite like the race. I quite enjoyed that. I quite like the race.
The very thing.
I like the race story as well. The story's kind of cool for the race.
So the gist.
Well, you're right. It does suck.
The gist of the story is, hey, fucking Tommy, hey, we need you to fucking steal
Tommy.
a fucking car because there's a new racer in town and he's.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, Chinny, but I got to do this. I usually don't touch my camera during the show, but I just have to share this with y'all. I don't know if you can see this view that I've got.
Let me look just a minute. I'm going to go into the.
A beautiful sunset.
Look at that sunset. Look at that sunset.
That is nice. That is
I
nice.
am so freaking lucky. That's not even half as gorgeous as it really is. You're getting like the toned down, bland.
You're getting the webcam version.
People would pay for a picture of that, Duke.
They would.
Saying,
they would
though.
Pay, man.
Postcard, man. All right, sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Just to think that's where Colin Kaepernick was born. I watched the Colin Kaepernick.
Born in Wisconsin?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Ah. Oh God, my camera.
Duke's fine.
See,
with
look
his
what you
camera.
did now. Look what you did.
I
Messing
know,
with
right?
stuff.
I should never have touched.
Stop messing, man. Stop messing with stuff.
I watched
the sunset.
I watched the Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah, I want to see that. I heard good things.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's made by the same lady that made Now They See Us, which is
Ava DuVernay. Yeah,
Central Park.
She's
6.
cool.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
That's what I hear.
Anyway,
Anyway,
he was born in Wisconsin,
Mafia,
and he lived in California. Anyway,
Mafia driving mission.
Mafia driving mission. So the gist of the story is, hey, Tommy, whatever the fuck your name is, Tommy, you fucking you can drive a car. We need you to rob up this fucking car. I'm gonna drop the Mafia accent, the Italian accent.
Oh, I liked it.
Tom, we got a new racer. He's European. Why don't you fuck up his car without him knowing? Tommy goes, hey, I'll fucking do that. No fucking problem. You get this car, you fuck it up, you sabotage the car. And then it's the day of the race. And then they go, hey, Tommy, the fucking driver, the American driver, he's been fucking beat up by one of Marceloni's boys. I don't know if that Marceloni's his name.
It could be true. I like the sound of it.
By Marceloni's boys, just fucking beat him up. He's all roughed up and shit. We don't have a driver. What the fuck? Right? And then you're like, oh, all right, well, what are you going to do? And he's like, hey, Tommy, you a fucking driver. You can fucking drive. What are you fucking driving the fucking race? And you go, okay. And then you go in the race and you have to win the race. And it is so annoying.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it is.
The race. The driving mechanics are sketchy. Sketchy
to say the least.
And they're not great. I mean, you could argue it's because the car's handled like dog shit, but they could have made them.
Yeah, but these are racing cars.
Yeah, but even the racing car is just like rough.
Should be better. Should be better, man.
So I've done that mission now. So I'm not. It's only the start, really.
That's the only. Can I just let you know that's the only driving mission you do? There might be some chase missions, I guess. Yeah. I can't remember now.
I remember there being a story in a magazine or something about the first Mafia game when it came out, saying that like a lot of people never got past this mission in the race. Yeah, like it was. Sort
I can
of like
probably imagine that.
Everybody was like, "No, I'm not playing this now." Yeah, so it's one of them. It's good though. It's really, really good.
It's very good. You'll be impressed. I think you'll like it.
So
I think you'll like the ending. And you've never played it before, have you?
I never played one before. No, but yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of just getting through it. It's a nice linear game. No.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to worry about like just wandering around and selecting missions or anything like that. I can just go through it pretty quickly.
The shooting mechanics work really well as well, so that's fine. It's just a driving that shit.
So that's it. That's Mafia.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I'm only going to speak about one other game because we'll talk together about Halo Infinite because you played a little bit. I've played a little bit. Same here.
I've only played the multiplayer though.
But I did pay for Smash Drums. I did buy the full game because I quite enjoyed the demo.
Oh, this is Smash the drumming beat
Drum Simulator. It's really good. I really like this game. What's kind of cool is it's a little bit. I can't even remember now. When you play, I'm just trying to remember now. When you play Guitar Hero or Rock Band, there is no guitar if you don't touch it, is there? That's kind of there's no noise or notes, right? But when you strum, right? Let me just try and explain this. So when you strum in Guitar Hero,
yes,
obviously it plays the right note. That's probably the best way to describe this. When you hit the drum, it just sounds like a drum. So it feels more like you're playing a real instrument. Does that make sense? I don't know whether that makes sense or not.
No.
I think I know what you mean.
Which one are you in favour of? Which one are you saying?
Smash drums. Because, oh shit, sorry, something just fell off.
Is that what are you smashing drums now?
I'm smashing my controller. No, it's because the wire was wrapped around my chair when I was swiveling. Probably not a good idea.
Too much detail. Go on.
This feels more like you're playing an instrument. Because obviously different drums make different noises, so that's fine. And it's hard. Some songs are quite easy. Some songs are really hard. So as you're looking at this, I'll try and explain a little bit. And for obviously people listening, you got all these drums are coming towards you on a track.
They're all coming towards us.
On a track like Guitar Hero. But there are different types of drums. And when you start playing on the hard levels, I haven't done this yet. There are like crystal drums, which you have to tap gently.
Okay.
Right, and then obviously normal drums, which you hit hard, and then there's fire drums, which you have to hit really hard. Yeah. And obviously, if you get it right, you get more points. Points mean prizes. But also, as you're playing the game, and you'll see this, there's some with exclamation points on them.
Yeah, there is.
And what they are half beats and quarter beats.
Yes.
So a single exclamation point is a quarter beat, and a double one is a half beat.
Okay.
Which takes a little bit of getting your head around.
Yeah, but once you get it, it's like the flow of, whatever. Guitar Hero, and Rock Band, there were some things in that game you kind of had to get used to. And once you do, like, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't say for sure.
But what's interesting is with this, unlike in Guitar Hero or Rock Band, when you get a note wrong, it just goes boing. You know, like you've done boing.
Yeah, right. Sure.
With this game, you know you're going wrong because you can fucking tell that you're not, because there's no other drum noises. So if you're not hitting, if you're not hitting anything, there's no drum noises. Yeah. So obviously it's just like the guitars without any drums, and you know you're going wrong because the fucking either the drum beat is completely out of time with the music, and you're like, yeah, I'm fucking this up big time.
Shit.
Yeah, and I really like that. And there's also quite a few modes. So I've only been doing the sit down mode. So obviously just sit down like you sat at a drum kit. You can do a stand-up mode, which is 360. So the drums are coming from all around you when you're playing.
Shit. Who wants to be watching for drums in all directions?
You can do that with Beat Saber as well.
Yeah, you can. There's a no-fail mode, so you can just turn that no-fail mode on if you just want to fucking just hit drums and hope you don't fail. And then it's called Hero mode if you don't have no-fail mode on. They're online leaderboards. It tells you what percentage on the leaderboard you are and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So it'll say you're in the top 20% on the leaderboard, which I really liked. Not that I've been in the top 20, but I've been in the top 30%, so I was kind of impressed with that. And this game definitely relies on the fact you've got good timing. You know, if you're shit at playing the drums in real life, or you've got quite bad timing and rhythm, this game is gonna not be good for you because you've got to have some rhythm.
Rhythm game requires rhythm.
Let me write that
down. Not always, because with Guitar Hero, it's just about strumming at the exact right time.
I don't think
it does, but this feels more realistic.
What you've said is insane.
No,
hit detection is good.
It's true that a drumming game is going to require more specific rhythm than a guitar game, because guitar notes often carry over from one part of the beat to the next. On the other hand, if you're playing rhythm guitar, you've got to have good rhythm.
Yeah, I feel like, to try and put it to you, Chinny, right?
And I think since I play guitar, no, I don't, but Chinny does.
When you're playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band, there's a guitar thing. It's more muscle memory and obviously moving your fingers at the right time, rather than with this, you feel like you're having to hit it at a rhythm. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it without you actually having a go.
It's still rhythm, though, in guitar.
It's sort of rhythm. In Guitar Hero. There's rhythm.
You
are different kind of rhythm, probably,
like
for this.
an insane person right now.
I know what you mean, but
I think he sounds like somebody who doesn't play the guitar, and you do, Chinny.
No.
And I can play the drums a bit as well.
No, if you play a guitar in real life, obviously there's rhythm, because you've got to make that rhythm with the guitar. If you're playing the Rock Band version of that doesn't apply. It's just pressing
Here's
the
what I would say.
It's
not true that it doesn't apply. I would say that it's more forgiving, definitely. This game is probably less forgiving.
It's still fun, though.
But you still have things coming at you in a certain pattern.
You do.
You have to click that thing, the little switch on the...
But what's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is between this and Guitar Hero, right? With Guitar Hero, and I know that like mega good players probably don't even look at it anymore, but you're always looking at that sort of, the bar where the notes are, so you know you're going to hit it at the right point. And this has that because you get a circle. Yeah. But you very rarely look at the circle. You're just, like when I play it, I am actually I'm feeling the beat of the music and trying to play that.
I hear you. But I mean, that's what I do when I play Rock Band.
Rather than pressing a button at the right time. I don't know how to explain it without you playing it. It's just play the demo.
I think the better comparison would probably be to the drums in Rock Band compared to this game.
Because that's like you're playing the real drums.
Yeah.
I don't know how because they're playing the drums in Rock Band.
You are on crack.
Playing real drums than playing a guitar.
Stop smoking crack.
Okay.
You've got to have rhythm.
I've done everything I can to try to understand what you're saying. I don't.
Yeah, thank you though for trying to understand. I know what I mean. Play the demo, Chinny.
If anybody out there knows what Stu's on about, write us in and let us know what he means.
You are on crack.
But Smash Drums,
do you think Stu's on crack, or do you think he's making
the closest to playing real drums in a game?
Okay.
Is what I would say.
Okay.
Crack.
And it's very good. It's really, really good. Give it a go, Chinny. It's definitely worth the 15 quid it costs.
Well, I'm gonna pay 15 quid. You're mad.
The biggest criticism I'd have, and it's not the developer's fault because they ain't got the cash, but this with licensed tracks would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, well,
the tracks they've managed to get are pretty good, but they're obviously no one's heard of any of these things. I've never heard a single one of these songs before.
But maybe the soundtrack's about to go viral. People are going to be
no,
like,
they do keep saying, a lot of people are putting that in the reviews, saying like it would be great if you had live. And he's like, watch this space. They're definitely coming. We're working on it. But it costs money. It costs a lot of money. You know what I mean? And without that funding or a big developer or a big producer or production company or something behind them to pay for all that stuff, I don't know how they're going to get them, but I just wish they had proper licensed tracks in this because it would be amazing.
I mean,
wish
it's great. They had a proper game.
Hey,
it is
we've
great.
Got to crack on because we've got to talk about something else.
Yeah, 30 anyway. 30 tracks you get. Never heard of any of them, but they are pretty good. Right, let's move on. What are we talking about, Ginny?
Warzone.
All right, okay.
There is a new map for Call of Duty Warzone.
Right.
Everybody's kicking off. Everybody's kicking off.
Oh, why is this? Why?
Because the game's broke as fuck.
I thought you said you enjoyed this.
No,
I'm so confused.
What? Enjoy what?
Warzone.
I love Warzone.
Oh.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the new map's great.
Oh, the new map's broke or the game's broke?
The game. Because it's
I guess I
glitchy and the audio keeps dipping out and there's like weird stuff like the text is behind other text. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how bad.
How has that been allowed to sort of get out?
I'll tell you why that's been allowed. It's because Activision go release this shit now, and the developers will go, "This isn't ready. We haven't finished it. Fuck you, and fucking put it out there, and do it." And that's how it's.
So can you play the original map and that's fine, or is it broke the whole game?
The original map is gone.
Oh my god.
So they've completely changed this new map. It's all Vietnam-ish. It's kind of weird. It's kind of Vietnam, and it's kind of World War II. It's all a bit strange.
So they kind of tried to do like a Fortnite season 2, whatever.
But it's season 1 of this.
All right.
And it says season 1 on the menu. It goes season 1 coming soon, and it's like this is season 1. We're in season 1.
Right.
So there's like a big like V logo on the thing, and there's the text behind it. There's a thing where say we're playing together. I highlight something on the map. You go into the map and go, "Oh, this mission is here. We should do this." And then back in the day, there you go, Duke. A free one for you. When you highlight something on the map, you can highlight a gun, and it doesn't get rid of the highlighted thing on the map, right? It keeps it, and that goes. So there's just like weird little glitches in the game that just make no sense. So it ain't ready. This isn't ready, and it's been released. This should have been released next year when it was ready.
We got to keep it fresh and broken.
So
and
they
fresh.
I imagine there are probably over 100 people just scrambling to get this like sorted right now. But hey ho.
That's money for you. Money.
The map itself seems fine. A lot of people really enjoy the old map, and but I guess
it is weird that they don't have a legacy mode. You know what I mean, where you can still play the old map.
Well, the thing is, they will bring the old map back at some point
in rotation. Will it be like rotation?
No. Like in 2 years' time, they go, "We're bringing it back, bitches," and everybody will start playing it again.
Oh, I can't wait to play the old map, nostalgia and all that stuff.
So like, I mean, there's so many. I saw a video on TikTok about somebody like he posted like this video of like, Warzone really, really helped me during lockdown. Like, and it was a place that I could just feel regular and like feel like I just knew it, and I spent so much time in these things. And I'm like, I kind of get that. Like, it's I don't look at it that way. I think it's a good map, and I've had lots of memories from it. But this guy was like, I will miss this map. This is going to be so sad to see this go. But they will bring it back. They don't delete it and it goes forever. They will bring it back. They will, like, in a year or two, they'll say...
probably in about a week when they figure out this thing ain't working.
No, well, I mean, and everybody's like, oh, new map, I don't know where it goes. This is shit, The problem with having 2 options of maps, it didn't work in PUBG's because everybody hates the new one, whatever it is. And that's just the way it is. Like, the first one of the thing, people get nostalgic for, and they think that's the best one, and you can't move on. So... yeah, I think it's good that they sort of just got rid of the old one, and then they'll bring it back at some point. It doesn't really bother me. I'm happy to move on. But yeah, this is fine. I just hope that they fix it all, because
let's hope they fix.
I do love Warzone. I think it's a great game. But yeah, it's just sort of it's close, not quite, but it's close to unplayable. Very, very close.
Wow, that is not good.
So that's all I have to say. I've only played one game in Warzone, so I haven't played many games in there. So yeah, just one quick game in Warzone, and only one quick game in the next game that we're going to talk about, which is Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah, Halo Infinite. I've played probably about an hour.
So you played the campaign though?
Yeah, I'm not playing no multiplayer bullshit. Why the hell would I want to play that?
I haven't played the campaign. I've only
That's
played
funny.
The multiplayer.
I only played campaign. This is what I'll say about it, and I don't know what else to really say. It's more Halo. That's kind of the top and bottom. There's not a lot else to even say at this point. The story's fine, I guess. You know, it was a cool cutscene.
Yeah, but you don't have a massive attachment to Halo, do you?
Nope. It took about, I'll be honest, right? I thought I was playing a Japanese game for about a bit because the first cutscene's about 5 minutes long. It was just like watching a movie, which is all right.
Yeah, but I have quite a strong attachment to Halo. So even when I started the menu, I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah.
Although it doesn't go like that, but it's something like that.
It's exactly like that. I'm worried that we're going to get copyrighted after you singing that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. It's Halo, I suppose.
So, so people listening going, oh, well, fucking hell, Stu. You've got to understand, listeners, Stu has no attachment to Halo. So this is the viewpoint of somebody who just doesn't really care about Halo very much.
I played and finished Halo 3.
Great, good for you.
And ODST, which I quite liked ODST. That was good.
Yeah, 3 is probably the best Halo.
And ODST, I like that.
But I'm saying Halo 3 is the best Halo, I would say.
ODST, I thought was better.
You keep bringing up ODST.
I
swear
like
to
that
God,
game.
Man. It's
a
a
good
good
game.
game.
It's a good game.
The thing is, Marshy and I was talking actually. He's like, we never even played Halo 5. That's how much I don't care about Halo.
I didn't even know. Was there a Halo 5? Was there a Halo 4?
There was.
Jesus, didn't play either of those.
No, I played 4. Don't remember anything about it.
I think this would be the same for this game if you played the campaign.
I don't know because a lot of what I've been hearing is that it's like what Halo 1 tried to be, pretty much.
I don't know. I will play more of it because obviously the mechanics are great. Shooting feels good. Do you know what I mean? And it's slick and it looks nice. It's very shiny. Yes. It's a very shiny game. What do you think of the multiplayer?
The multiplayer's good. Like, you know, it's funny, isn't it? Because Halo's very old, right? So some of the things in Halo are old-fashioned. So there wasn't a sprint in the original Halo, if you remember. There wasn't an aim down the sights in the original Halo. Melee was on the B button. So basically, Call of Duty has become the absolute standard for first-person controls these days. Like, there's no really other variant on how first-person shooters control. So Halo's had a bit of a tricky time with 4 and 5 because they've tried things and none of them have really worked. And I feel like they've struck the balance quite nicely here. So it's not quite aim down sights, but you do have a slight zoom in when you press the left trigger.
Can I ask, is a grapple hook in the multiplayer?
I didn't come across it, no. So
that's interesting because in the actual game there's a grapple hook now.
Hook, yeah, I don't think
which is cool. I should have mentioned that. That actually works really, really well.
Yeah.
So I really quite like the grapple hook.
But the grenades was on the left trigger in the original Halo, so like that was always a feature.
That's bumper.
But now it's the bumper. The melee is with the stick where it usually is on Call of Duty. So they've had to sort of just submit themselves to putting Call of Duty controls.
The thing is, let's be honest though, if they had the original layout, people would just be like, "What the fuck? Why is that there?"
Well, that's it. That's why they've done it. Yeah, but
you got to do it.
But the core combat of Halo is really interesting because you've got the shield and then you've got health, and then the shield recharges, but the health doesn't recharge, and that's pretty much what's going on here. And so you've got, you know, if you're being shot at, you've got a bit of time. Do you know what I mean? Like in Call of Duty, if you're getting shot at, you have a very, very small window of time to survive that shot.
You're probably dead by the time you're getting shot.
And if you're getting in Call of Duty, if you're getting shot at and you don't see the person, if you don't see them, like you're getting shot from behind. The chances of you surviving that is very, very low. Whereas with Halo and the way its mechanics are, it's like if you the way you find out somebody's behind you is they will shoot you, and you're like, right, there's somebody there, and like
bunny hop. That's what you do.
You've got like time to sort of like, okay, well, if I sort of just run away for a bit and hide and try and flank them and stuff, which happened a few times for me. Like you can see on the screen now how long it takes, and so the core Halo fun 5 seconds that they always used to bang on about is like shoot, grenade, melee, right? Do you know what I mean? Like that was pretty much like the combat in Halo, and it's still there, so that's still fun.
It is in the campaign. That's pretty much what I was doing.
But it's still fun though, right?
Yeah.
I suppose the reason why the multiplayer was quite fun was it sort of offers something that Call of Duty doesn't. It's nostalgic as well. And it's pretty quick, and there's no lag or anything like that I experienced. And like everybody starts out with the same gun, and you can pick up guns and stuff. The only thing that I thought was a bit odd is like you've got the normal announcer, so the double kill, or that kind of guy, and then there's like this British guy that was annoying me. Like, oh, we took the enemy back. I'm like, who's this prick? Like why can't it be the other guy? That was the only thing that was slightly sort of jarring me, but hey ho, I haven't tried any of the big team battles and stuff. I've heard they're fantastic, but I played one quick game. I went in, I was quite impressed. It felt very comfortable, but also the modern Halo pretty much is the two words, but in a good way, you know what I mean, like not in a bad way, like where they've tried it before. I thought it was a decent effort.
Yeah, I mean, this is a measure for me. If I didn't have Game Pass, I probably wouldn't pick it up and play it.
No.
Yeah, if I had to pay for this separately, I'd have been like,
It's funny,
because on Game Pass, it's like, why not?
It's funny because they've released the campaign and then the multiplayer first and then the co-op afterward. But like, they can kind of get away with that model in Game Pass, can't they?
Yeah, because it's a weird decision. I was going to speak about that a little bit because co-op's not coming till about March or April or something next year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is a long time for a game that's, primarily always.
I suppose like for a single player to be co-op, like they've got to balance it out and stuff. Like they've got to change how many.
And then the other issue that a lot of people are whinging about is that you can't replay any missions without starting the whole game over and just getting to that mission again.
That was a feature in
the
old.
And they're saying they're working on it, but it's difficult now. Wouldn't you have thought if they were looking at features that have always been in Halo, that would have been we definitely got to have that at launch.
But this is doing something that Halo hasn't really done much of, is open world stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, so.
I mean, I haven't come across that obviously because I'm still in spaceships and stuff at the beginning of the campaign.
The game is kind of open world. So
is it a little bit like the reboot of Lara Croft? Where it was
I don't know. But as far as I know, it's like in Halo 1 where it kind of made you feel like it was open world, but it wasn't really.
Yeah.
It like is now. Is the gist of it. And like I heard somebody say like, can you just drive around the whole ring? You know what I mean? Can you just go as far as you want on the ring? So yeah, I know it's open, so it's tricky to do that, like the repeated missions and co-op and stuff. If it's like that,
Yeah, but you could just start at the starting point of a new mission, couldn't you? Or whatever.
I don't know how easy that is.
I don't know. It's just Control C, Control X, Control V.
Well, I can only speak for the multiplayer. I haven't decided whether I think I'd rather. Because me and Marshy was talking about it. It's like, why don't we play 5? Because we haven't even played 5. All right.
That's funny.
It's a lot cheaper.
And then we can wait.
Well, it's not because it's free on Game Pass. So,
if it's on Game Pass, that's fine.
Same price either way.
We can wait for the co-op to come to this if we play 5. And
next year. Wow, it's a while.
Because we're still playing Far Cry 6. We're still playing It Takes Two. We've got Halo 5.
It Takes Two is a big game.
Yeah,
so we've got
plenty of stuff to play over Christmas, so I imagine that we're in no rush to sort of play this. But
I'll let you know more after I've finished Forgotten City and Psychonauts 2.
I thought it was all right though, multiplayer wise. I thought
I would. You know what? I'm. There's nothing wrong with the campaign as far as it goes, but it's a little. It feels a little bit like Gears of War. You get to a point where there's not that much difference between any of those games, and I guess that's the same.
I've struggled to care about Halo since Bungie stopped making them.
Yeah, it is difficult.
The truth.
Right, let's do a little bit of super quick news, and we got
need
some very
to.
super quick. I know it's super quick.
Super quick news.
Super quick news.
Super quick news.
First off, the Game Awards 2021, and the winner was It Takes Two is the Game of the Year.
There it is.
There it is, Game of the Year by them. Alan Wake 2 trailer has landed. It's a bit weird, and it looks like it was made in Unreal Engine 5 because it looks real. I don't know. Cool. It's kind of interesting. And it's much more that Sam Lake has said this game will be much more focused on the horror than anything else. It's going to be a horror game. Yeah. A survival horror, no less. Right. So we'll see how that goes. I enjoyed the first Alan Wake. I'm excited for this one. Microsoft have kind of apologized in a roundabout way about how they handle Lionhead Studios. And they've said that like they've learned a lot of lessons from that because they kind of just got rid of them, didn't they, when they weren't quite doing what they wanted. They kind of just went, just offload them. It's fine, just fine. They said now, if that was now, it wouldn't happen because when they thought about this, they should be nurturing these companies, they should be letting these companies do what they do best rather than trying to mold them into what they want them to do. I kind of think it was the gist of it. So they said moving forward, companies will be allowed to kind of get on with it and do what they do best, which is good. And I hope that's the way things go. So that's good. And what was the other news? There was a little bit of other news. PUBG is going free to play. Don't know whether that's a thing.
Fucking who cares about that?
January 9th. But this is a weird thing. Battle Royale Shooter will make the switch on January 12th. Add a one-time £13 fee for a premium account and ranked mode. So it's free to play, but if you want all the bells and whistles, you've still got to pay. I don't get that. I don't know. I suppose.
Cough up that dough.
That's all free to play games, though, if you want the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much.
I suppose. And that's kind of it. That's the news. There isn't really much else. There probably is. But who cares? Who cares? Yeah. We have got one email, so let's do that first.
Oh, yeah.
Email!
Whoa, that ruled.
The first email this evening is, the first and only email. I guess I was going to be carried. First and only email is entitled Path of Exile. And it's from a friend of the show, Jacinta.
Hey, Jacinta.
Hey,
what's happening,
Jacinta.
girl? Yeah.
Her name is Jacinta.
She says, hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Hello.
A long time, no email. I've been too busy no-lifing Path of Exile, which is an MMO kind of like Diablo 3. I'm almost at end game.
Free.
I know, yeah. And even though it's quite difficult at times, I love it. So Jacinta loves it. You played a bit of this, didn't you, Duke, if I remember right?
I did. It's good. I don't know. The loot element is, it's funny to say when I'm playing Borderlands 3, but it's, it just got a little exhausting to constantly be swapping out gear. And I felt like the formula, the seams on the scenery reveal themselves very quickly. It's like, go through this area, kill all the monsters. Go through that area, kill all the monsters. It just felt there was very little story from what I could tell. But maybe I just wasn't paying attention or looking at the right stuff.
She then carries on to say, I finally feel like I've found my main game.
Okay.
She says, question.
A lot of people really love this game. Go ahead.
I often feel like I'm missing something with gaming if I'm just playing through a bunch of single-player titles. Do you guys understand the feeling? Do you feel a bit lost without a main game? I'd guess yours, Duke, is Rocket League, isn't it? That's your main game.
No doubt.
You play that, like, constantly. And Skyrim to an extent, but I think
you don't have a main game.
No, I don't have a main game. I get bored too quickly.
Yep.
That's my problem.
Stu's think he's got to keep trying new stuff.
Something new. Yeah, I've got to find something new, man. I need a new experience. It is quite interesting because there isn't a game where I constantly go back and play it. That doesn't really have an end.
Right.
If you know what I mean. And that is weird. I'm trying to think if there's anything at all. I mean, I do dip in and out of the the VR fishing quite often. Just do a bit of fishing. But It's not a main game, is
Poker is the
poker. Well, again, we don't play that often enough for it to be a main game. I don't think. I do like that though. You know, when I do dip into it. But I don't know. I don't really know. I don't feel like I have. I'm trying to think if there's a game that I've never deleted. I mean, The Witcher for a bit was like that. You know, I would dip in and just have a ride around and just do random stuff.
But you were striving for the end.
Yeah, and even when I do that stuff, I'm like after 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, I'm bored now. There's no reason to do this because there's nothing to get anymore or anything to do. It is weird. I'm kind of like, when something's done, it's done, and I move on to the next thing. There are a few books that I've read more than once, right? But not very many. And there are obviously movies that I've watched more than once, but I'm not one of these people who watches the same movie 30 times or something.
I used to when I was younger. I don't do that.
I am. I watch the same things over and over and over and over and over.
Is that true? You're not just saying that. That's like a true thing.
No, I do. I really do. Yeah, no. It's
because I don't know what new things you find out of that.
It's not about finding things out necessarily. It's just there's certain movies that I know I love, and it's the experience of enjoying them over and over.
You see, I'm more likely to do that with a comedy than I am with any other type of movie.
We do it with Christmas movies. Christmas movies.
Yeah, Christmas movies.
Yeah,
because you know what's coming. You know the ending. They've always got good jokes.
Thing. Right, and it's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can put that on when I'm trying to take a nap, and like I don't have to pay attention to it. I don't have to keep track of the story. Like that's one of the things I like about a movie I've already seen is that it's easier to watch because I know what's happening.
You see, this week when we went away, we found out that The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is now on Amazon Prime.
That's not a movie I would ever watch more than once.
It's a great movie, though.
It is a great movie, but it's also a very disturbing movie.
Of course, it's David Fincher, and the book itself is very similar, to be fair. So
yeah, it's
I'm quite sad though,
sexually violent.
Oh yeah, but I've read.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, then that's a lot of movies, isn't it?
Not many movies have a lot of sexual violence the way that The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo does.
I guess. Well, you know.
Are you going to make a case for like sexual violence?
No,
in
I don't
Star
think
Wars
it's. I don't think
Jaws?
it's ever right or whatever. But within the setting of the book, it fits in the narrative.
I agree, it fits. You said that's like a lot. Whatever. Go on.
But there are other movies that have that kind of violence.
Yes, there are, but I don't watch those over and over.
No.
Either.
But it's only the second time we've seen it, though, is the point I'm about to make. Because we went to the pictures to watch it when it originally came out. And was blown away. It's such a great movie. It is a really good movie, by the way.
Yeah, it is very well done, no doubt about it.
But watching it the second time, I was like, this is still cool. You know what I mean? This is a long time since I've seen this. And I think...
Yeah, that's the sign of a movie that holds up. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I think partly for me, though, also, it's the fact that it's so long since I saw it. It's long enough to watch it again. I know what's coming. I remember who's the killer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of cool to watch and go, yeah. And they're great performances, by the way, in that movie. If you've never seen it, if you listen to this and you've never seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo,
I've never seen it.
It's a great movie.
Get on it.
Yeah, it's David Fincher. It's a great movie. It's very stylish.
The man knows how to make a film.
He definitely knows how to make a good movie. And it's a great story.
I liked Panic Room.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Panic Room,
still a good movie, though.
I could take it or leave it. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just that I was expecting something. I don't know what I was expecting, but
it's a room where she goes to hide.
That it is.
I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah, but yeah, Chinny, mission for you: watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's on Amazon Prime, which I'm sure you've got.
Probably, I don't know.
It's good. It's good. I was going to say, I think Tara would like it. It's one of Kay's favourite movies, by the way. She really enjoyed it. But it is quite graphic, so, there is a little bit of a warning there. It is pretty graphic. But it's good. It's really good.
Nice family movie, you're saying?
It's definitely not a family movie. No. It's definitely not something you'd want anyone under the age of about, 16, 17 to watch, I suppose. It's pretty graphic. It's sort of 7 territory of graphicness, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
All right.
Yeah. So moving on, we have got some speak pipes. Let's do those.
Hey, it's Speak Pipe.
Thank you, Jacinta, by the way. Thank you, Jacinta.
Yeah, thanks, Jacinta.
Speak Pipe.
Speak Pipe.
Speak Pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
Our first Speak Pipe. Whoops. Sorry, I accidentally put these emails into the wrong spot. They need to go down here in VG Speak Pipes. Okay, our first one is from Miss Guilty Pleasures. Ooh, I wonder who that is.
Everybody awake!
Wow. What the hell was that?
Do you not listen to these before you send them to me?
No, do I? I could just send them. I never listen to them.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to like have an opinion. Wow. Don't play that again.
Yeah, play it again.
Why are you playing that again?
I don't know. I just thought it would be funny.
No, it isn't. It wasn't funny the first time. It's definitely not going to be funny the second time.
Well, it's kind of funny. With you? It's annoying, but also funny.
If you play it again, it'll be funny.
Yeah, it'll be funny the third time. Go for it.
I'm not playing it. All right, the next one is from Derek. So thank you, Miss Guilty Pleasures. That's probably Jason Gallagher.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's Jason. I'm going Jason.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. I guess
thanks,
if you're
Jason,
not Jason, let us know.
Taking the time. Thanks for taking the time.
The 7 seconds to record.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Right, next one's from Dark Signs.
Hello, Veteran Gamers. Derek Sains back again. I'm recording this late on a Sunday afternoon, and I've just spent the last couple of hours in the back garden sorting some general stuff out. But part of the back garden fence, which borders on the neighbour opposite out the back, had blown down, or well, at least had become detached from another part of the fence. So it was really something which I didn't want to get involved with, but I thought, yeah, I better do it, because if I don't do it now, it's probably only going to get worse if there's any strong winds or whatever. So I spent about 90 minutes using nails, screws, some strong nylon string to repair the fence, basically. It's not something I would normally do. I'm not really a gardening person, but I thought a little bit of DIY won't do any harm. It looks okay now. I think it'll hold if there's another strong wind or storm, whatever. But the question for you, I guess, this week is, what's the last DIY thing you did? And you can't include your dick, Stu. I mean your deck.
My dick.
Anything other than your deck. But what was the last DIY thing you did? Was it a success? Or did you think, I don't want to do this, I'll get someone to do it? Or maybe you got your wife to do it, possibly. Who knows?
Wow.
But yeah, that's it. So keep on gaming.
I'll go first, because we actually just yesterday went to the lawnmower store in order to get some fuel additive and a battery maintainer for our big riding lawnmower. And I don't know if the Duchess put the battery thing on today, but I don't know. I was getting nervous messing with batteries, because they're very powerful and they could fry your whole brain if you mess with them wrong. So I get nervous around that. But before that, it was probably, I mean, the Duchess is constantly doing stuff around here. She put up snow fencing. She's taking care of the chickens. She's doing it all. The last project before that was probably the dog yard. We put that up over the summer, I guess. I don't remember exactly when we did it, but yeah, now the dog has a nice big yard to run around in. We don't have to go with him, which is very nice, especially in the winter. You just open the door and he can go out. So yeah, that was it. It was a big success. It worked very well.
Good. Very good. My last one wasn't that long ago, because when Millie got her car, we had some gate. We had like an iron gate at the top of the driveway, which was in the way for parking 3 cars easily on the driveway. So I had to cut it off with a hacksaw.
Oh my goodness!
So I hacksawed
you and your hacksaws, man. That's all you do in DIY.
That. It was the same one I used, by the way, to adapt the PC back in the day.
Okay.
Good to know. It's still getting work.
It's doing well. Yeah, I had to hacksaw because all the screws that held it in place had rusted, so they wouldn't unscrew. So I had to get the hacksaw and cut that shit off. So yeah, I cut the gate off. Cut the gate off. And apart from that, we got some new fencing. Which was quite expensive, but the dude had used these. Have you seen these wood staples? So they use like a nail gun with staples in, rather than being bothered to actually screw it in or nail it manually. So it's quicker.
It makes it faster.
But they're not very effective. In the when it was sunny, when we first had the fence installed, like I put the fence in, they started curling up and coming out.
Oof,
so I spent best part of 40 minutes screwing them in. So I bought a load of screws and screwed all those panels in, but they're fine now. It's perfect.
Well, I'm glad.
But yeah, I had to do a little bit of an adaptation to the fence, but that's the last 2 things I did. What about you, Chinny?
Change the toilet seat.
There you go. Change toilet seat. I like that.
That's satisfying.
See, you can sit comfortably now. Is it a soft close, Chinny?
Nope.
Oh, thought you'd at least gone for a
I
soft
love
close.
that
If you're
shit to
updating.
slam.
Fuck all that. Fuck that soft close.
Time
I
to
want it
take a
go.
poop.
Exactly.
There's your third.
Yeah, there you go. And I think that's about it. Is that it? Have we got anything else? I don't think
That's
we
all
have.
I got.
That's all I got.
That's it.
So I think it's time. Thank you, Derek, by the way. Interesting.
Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Jacinta.
Thanks, Jacinta. Yeah.
It's time for a shout out.
Let's do a shout out. I'm going to shout out, I don't know, Derek. Thanks. That was lazy. I don't know.
Very lazy.
Shout out Millie for being 20 tomorrow. Shout out Millie. There you go. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really got any this week. I haven't really spoken to many people and done anything really because I'm boring. Chinny. What do you got, Chinny? What do you got? Give us something good. Yeah. About the same.
Yeah, about the same.
Not the same. Duke.
Sorry, shout outs. I was looking at something the Duchess sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got shout outs.
Go. At least you've got
Cox. Andy Cox sent me a link to the Phone Jacker interview, which was really interesting. I like that a lot. I wish they would have talked more about Phone Jacker, but, you know, there was some discussion about it, which was good. Shout out to Brian and Sumu for the Power of the People memes. Back once again with the Renegade Master. The ill behavior. Marty's on drugs, which are helping him, and that's awesome. So cheers to him. Tainted Brian. It's always fun to talk to Antonio. Shout out to everybody in the chat who's been in the chat. Derek Sines and Soul Brother #1 and Steven and Ian Williams. And shout out to the Duchess because she's making dinner, and I appreciate that. And shout out to everybody listening. Thank you for being in touch and for being a part of our community. You guys rock.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. And for listening. Thanks to everybody who listens every week.
Yeah.
Should do that, shouldn't we, I guess?
There's people in the chat. Yes, Joysticks and Chill.
Yeah, people in chat.
Darren Sim, Ian Williams, Stephen.
Yeah, Ian Williams, by the way, Chinny, you have to pick up
Soul
the grapple hook in the multiplayer, so you got to pick it up from somewhere.
Oh, it's a pickupable.
It's a pickupable. And that's it. I think we're done. So we need to get the hell out of here. So good night, everybody, and thanks for listening. And
thanks
you know,
for listening,
all
everybody.
that good stuff. All the good stuff.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And now the show is done.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
Watch TV. Why don't you? Go.
One more thing before we quit.
Go.
Gives a shit.
Nice.
Is that it?
It rhymed.
That's the end of this. That's the end of this podcast session.
I withdraw my question.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'd love to hang around and say hello and all that bullshit, but I've got to go back to work tomorrow, which is 9, so I've got to go up at 6.
Oh, I thought I was going to rhyme.
He's got to go to work and be a cook.
Yeah.
Big head like this bookie work.
Yeah. So, gotta go. So,
I once knew a man from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't have one for that, I don't think.
Everything that moved, he would look at
yeah,
it.
indeed.
Look at it.
Indeed, he would look at it.
Yeah, well, you know, I feel that deep down in my loins.
The ball is grind.
All right,
Anyway,
that's it. End of the show.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.